I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThatUmbrellaGuy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me. I'm a...
Rolling up, I'm feeling fly, yeah, I'm so damn fresh. Got that platinum grill, blinging in the chest. Diamonds in my mouth, shining when I speak. That umbrella guy, flossing speaking geek. Ice on my teeth, I'm dripping so hard. Platinum grills, I'm the king of the boulevard. Throwing money in the club, making haters mad. I'm the baddest in the game, no one gets a pass. Ooh yeah. Crushing all these lines, yeah, I feel fly. Rolling on the dubs, that umbrella guy. Iced out flow on the boulevard. You ain't a comic gangster, don't be playing hard. Ice on my teeth, I'm flying so high. Dropping the bass, that umbrella guy. One grill to rule them all, one grill to bind them. Baby, I'm so iced out, gonna blind them. Rolling in town, I'm an army of one. Doing verbal walk-bys, blazing like the sun. Riding in my whip, crushing false accusers. Dropping off the bass on the real abusers. Yeah. Living life fast, no time for the slow. Justice on my mind, stacking up on that flow. Life in the fast lane, no time to blink. Ice on my teeth, watch it when I speak. Chilling on my rhymes, never missing a beat. Ice on my teeth, yeah, I'm living that sweet. That umbrella guy, bringing the platinum heat. Crushing every hater, no time for defeat. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, indeed, man. Oh Megan, I tell you, like I started to kick off the live stream, and right when it goes live, Megan's like, professional, and I got laughing right before I hit the button, and you can hear it right at the beginning. I was like, and it goes live. Professional. It's like the Uno reverse card of my professionalism mantra. It's like, damn you.
I listened to your 5-hour stream from last night all day today. That's what I did today.
That is by the way, that is like
good.
A lot of stream though. I am not accustomed to doing that much damn stream.
5 hours.
I know. I was like, good Lord. There was a lot of goodness in there, though. Well, we've got to go over some of those reviews, by the way, with that lawyer together. We got to read those together. You know what I mean?
I know. I was so bummed that you were doing that without me. I was like, dang it, when you were laughing so hard. I was like, oh my God, this is so good.
Oh, they're magic. What really amazed me was, I was like, hey, I'm going to check out some of these links just to see if there's anything else. And I found a Facebook link. I was like, is that his Facebook?
Did you
Clicked
see
it.
Picture? You didn't show that.
Yeah.
1987 Olin Mills. Come on, you gotta show that. It's so funny.
Oh shit! It's like a glamour shot, dude.
Yeah, especially because this dude is suing someone for using a photograph of them without permission. Let's do it to him.
I mean, he's well, it's his public Facebook. I mean, it's because of the lawsuit, so he can't complain about it. I mean, shit. Yeah, I looked him up. Here he was. You know, this is where I found one of his reviews. I was like, what even made it better, though? What was magical? It was like, hey, here's my law firm. And the first one's like, where my money at? Holy shit, it's magic.
I'm not gonna make it through this. I'm not gonna make it. Okay, you've got to do the close up into the glamour shots with him and his wife.
Oh my God! Actually, that one is amazing. Look, I just got his nose. What's up, dude?
He's taken at Sears in 1987.
Oh my God! I swear to God, Larry, if you get humbled by this guy, I'm going to mock you for life. I swear to God. I swear to God, Larry. I will mock you for life.
If Larry gets rolled by this guy.
Oh, dude, I'm going to make little memes of him dancing on Larry's grave and all kinds of stuff. I'm sorry, Larry, I will. I'm just saying, man. It's totally, again, you know, there's no advertising. I mean, we're talking about a lawsuit. This is a lawsuit case. I mean, these people, if they don't like you talking about them, don't file fucking lawsuits.
I like the fact that he liked this set of pictures so much that he put up several different versions of them.
Yeah, he was like, you know what, baby? Let's get them. I love it. He was like, you know what? You know what? I need more.
Oh,
looks like he's being murdered in some of those. I like every one of these are like, you know, she called me screaming. I love these.
You got to know, before I read any of these reviews, I just saw the picture of his wife. Scale up to her face. Let's look at her face. And I said on Twitter, somebody posted this on Twitter, and I said on Twitter, that woman looks like the nicest woman I ever saw. She can't possibly know who he's taking on, or she wouldn't allow that. Look at how sweet she looks. She does. She has a face that, like, you know, you trust immediately. But look at the things everyone.
Yeah, everybody's like, she calls me screaming on the phone. You know, this one. I mean, everything. I understand why there's not a lot of posts now, because every one of them gets something like this. Let me put on my professional voice. Okay, here we go. His wife calls me screaming on the phone. And then when I reply, I will not do business with them because it's unprofessional. She made a comment and then saying, don't contact the office like they are a scam. People, she tells me, I already told you 3 times, do not contact the office. Who says that in the rights to contact and tell anyone about this behavior if I see fit? Now, that's a lot of sentences. It's a little jumbled there,
but my favorite one, though, is the thing about, I drove her to the bank.
Oh, my God. I actually like the positive. Like, the positive one cracked me up last night, too.
She looks so sweet, though. This woman has the face of an angel, a choir director. I tell you, she looks like a children's director at a church. This woman, she is adorable, like a preacher's wife. Look at her. She's just absolutely adorable. I find it very hard to believe that this woman is the spawn of Satan, like all these people are saying.
Yes, how dare you people?
They must be totally wrong. They're just a bunch of haters. This woman is too sweet looking to pull that kind of shit.
I tell you, how could this person? Let me pull up some of these obviously fraudulent reviews. Yes, they totally have to be wrong.
They have to be wrong.
They have.
Nobody who looks like that could behave that way.
No
She looks all rosy-cheeked, like Mrs. Claus. She looks like she bakes apple pies all day from scratch.
That's what she does. She's baking pies from scratch.
Maybe the pies she's baking have children inside of them.
How dare you, sir, make her step away. That's why she's mad she couldn't bake pies. She's like, I got to go to the damn ATM. Fuck, all I want to do is make a pie.
She was busy decorating her house with candy and gumdrops.
I love your quaint little villa in the middle of this forest.
Forest.
She's like, try a shingle. Allegedly.
It's made of gingerbread. I baked it myself. Okay, that sounded like the Count.
One pie with perhaps a kid filling allegedly.
Pies.
Oh Lord, these reviews are amazing. I mean, holy God. Jessica Rodriguez. I'm actually going backwards here. I've got the numbers from newest, but who cares? Really? They just land how they land. Horrible. The wife is the worst.
But she looks so sweet.
I know. What's up? She asked me to take her to the bank because I'm a kind person. I did. She's desperate.
Desperate with a capital D.
Yeah,
desperate.
she is desperate, stating she has bills to pay.
Oh God. Look, folks, here's a public service announcement. If you hire a lawyer and they ask you for a ride to the bank and they complain about having bills to pay, fire them immediately.
Yeah. They're gonna
That is
if you hire
not
a lawyer
you want.
If you hire a lawyer, they're gonna want to get paid. But they're gonna be nice. They're not gonna be like, hey, can I hitch to the bank with you? If they're nice and you got to find the bank. They might show you how to get there or something. But most of them are like, hey, let me hop in your car and take you to the bank.
You want to hire a lawyer that drives a Lambo, okay? You want to hire a lawyer that is clearly successful because that means they win. You can't buy a Lambo if you don't win your cases.
You want to hire a lawyer that gets plenty of one-star reviews from the people they decimate. That's what you want. Like, if you're looking for one, you want 5 stars from, and then you want 1 stars from, oh my God, this person's such a monster. They destroyed the life of the person they were against. You'd be like, fuck yeah, that's what I want.
That's the guy. That's the one.
That's exactly. Or the woman,
Oh, God.
But, man. But I don't know. They did nothing for my case. Nothing. But NOA after that.
What's an ANOA?
I don't know. Let me look that up. NOA. What is an NOA?
No order. I don't know. Maybe it's just a typo.
Let's see. Oh, a notice of appearance. That's it.
God.
I don't know. Oh, okay. They did nothing for the case but a notice of appearance.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's all they did. They're like, hey.
Selena in the chat says, my daughter's dentist has 2 Lamborghinis, bought his second one and parks it outside. Okay, go to a different dentist. That dentist charges too much. No dentist on earth should have a Lambo.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I think they deserve one staring into teeth all day. Oh, man.
They don't do that. That's what they have those assistants for. The dentist just comes in and looks at the x-rays and goes, yeah, you're fine. I'll see you in a month. See you in 6 months.
Oh, man.
So they filed an order of appearance, and then after that, they did nothing.
Yeah, they're like, meh. And then he did nothing for my case, but asked for more money. He's like, you know what you need for this case? What's that? More money. You need to get richer, asshole. Hardly no contact. His wife is the gatekeeper from hell. If you contact them, they were incredibly rude.
An angel. I just find this so hard to believe.
It's what's bad is the negatives. Like, again, you look up their place. I mean, people are like, "Yo, where's my work? What's up?"
And they really hate his wife.
I mean, really.
The woman has such a cherubic face. She looks like she could be in a Botticelli painting. Oh, she's so cute. How could she behave this way? How does she have insides that are like snakes? I don't understand it.
I don't know, man. I mean, they look great together. Like, she's from the Botticelli painting. He looks like he's from the movie Ghostbusters. I think the Ghostbusters fought him. Yeah.
The marshmallow stayed up, man.
Like, where's your little hat, baby?
Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
God.
Oh, Lord. I mean, I can't help it. I don't give a fuck. I mean, all right, give me a second. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
How many? Count how many rocket pops.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, people were asking. We did look up how bubblegum was made last night, didn't we?
Did we look up?
Remember we looked the video up how bubblegum, and it showed us like it's made out of good stuff. It's made of artificial flavors, and she was like, yuck. She was like, can you buy me some bubblegum? I was like, great. Yeah, you remember that one? She really wanted to find a new video.
You need to get the one that Mr. Rogers did. It's probably less scary than that.
Can we look up what?
Can we look up new bubblegum? Because I saw some other bubblegum.
New bubblegum.
We will tonight then, okay? When I'm done. Boom. Buddy bump.
Boom, boom,
Boom.
boom.
All right, go.
Boom, boom. Boom, boom.
Yep.
Boom,
Indeed.
boom.
Boom, boom.
Hey, by the way, hey, will you shut that door though? Because it gets loud up there.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Love you.
Love you.
Oh man, I got another one.
Oh, you got it on the first try.
Yeah, she was way too far up the steps. Actually, she yelled back down. She was like, whoops. That was the first time. She just said that on her to hear it.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay. Okay, here we go. If you contact them, they're incredibly rude. They will sigh and even talk to you like you're stupid. You must connect with the gatekeeper, and just maybe she will let you talk to the lawyer you hired. On top of that, I had to constantly ask for a receipt for paying them. They're like, give me some more money. I already paid you. Give me some receipt. She gave me a hard time about that. Don't hire these people unless you want to waste your money and have them wait till the last minute to do anything. Horrible.
My favorite is the one where they respond, and the
Oh, yeah.
response is like completely
Just gibberish.
unintelligible. You can't. I don't even know what this means. I actually want to try reading this, see if I can make sense out of it.
Let's
All right,
do the first
you
part.
read the
and then-
first part, and then I'll read the response.
Yeah, you read it and make it try to make sense somehow when you read through it.
Okay.
Yes, say it in a way that makes it make sense. Because I read it more than once last night. I was like, what does that mean? I even tried it with breaks.
I have the perfect way to read it. I know exactly how to make it make
Oh,
sense.
no.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I already have a plan.
Okay. They are by far the worst team I've ever encountered. They didn't do anything for my case, and his money-hungry wife is the rudest person I've ever had the displeasure of coming across. What a review, man. Mr. Lawyer. Mr. Lawyer. Couldn't even keep his eyes open when I had a hearing. And when my court date arrived, they couldn't even show up. And of course, I couldn't get my money back because they did literally nothing for my case.
Oh my God.
Great. Fun times. Save your money and find someone better because they're scam artists. So, there's a reply. Yeah.
Well, Jack, you don't even put your name down. That's pretty much par for the course when you don't put your name down. Period. As far as getting a cashier's check, most of you don't even care where I'm going to run for it for free, okay? I think it's funny. It's funny that she didn't put your name down. If that's, well, if you want, what it should have had a what? If she didn't put your name down, if you want what is with you to be real, you didn't put your name down.
It did make more sense that way, actually. I never thought we could presidential debate 101 this one. It make more sense. Holy shit.
Look, it's just a truth of life that when something doesn't make sense, if Joe Biden says it, it makes sense.
It did make more sense. It really did.
Look, Jack.
Oh. I mean, I was here. I was like, man, should we call in like the descendant of the person who found the Rosetta Stone or something? I mean, how are we going to translate this shit? I mean, it is crazy. It really, when you look at it, though, it's you don't even put your name down. That's pretty much par for the course when you don't put your name down, period. As far as getting...
What does it mean you don't put your name down? There is a name on this complaint. It's not anonymous. Is he talking about this complaint? Because look
I don't
up,
know.
scroll up. There's a name.
Well, they also complained about anonymous, but I
Shauna
didn't really.
McCurby.
Yeah,
Or Nicole Kirby. Nicole? Maybe she
know.
misspelled her own name.
Maybe it's a typo.
Maybe it's a typo.
Well, you know what? I've rage typed some stuff and I've typoed it. You know when
I have.
when I'm ham fingering that because I'm pissed off. You know I'm like, you know, Hulk smash. Yeah.
I have often written my name as MEAN and left the G out, and so I've written it as mean, MEAN. Because I've just been typing too fast. That's the most common typo for my name. Mean.
I think I'm dyslexic
Sincerely
or something because
mean.
when you spelt that, I thought Maine. Wait a minute, that's not what you spelled. Maine. What's up, Maine? Maine. I'm like, wait a minute, there is something wrong with that. Maybe our presidential election went a little bit there too. Oh my God. I mean, this whole thing is so weird. He just keeps saying you don't, I mean, he says, you didn't put your name down. There's one, two, there's three, four, there's what, 5 of those in there or so? I don't know.
Oh, God,
I'm too lazy.
So bizarre.
I just don't get it. I'm like, does defiling sound like that? I really hope not.
God, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get what any of it means.
My favorite actually was the positive because, well,
it sounds like Mary Lincoln's wrote it. It's all caps.
I love, like, it starts out, it's like, wow, excellent. I had a case in 2020 of simple battery. This lawyer got the case dismissed. Bad things would have happened without him. I don't know what shit anonymous is. It's like, what anonymous? Did they get it removed? I couldn't find the anonymous. Really judge for yourself and interview this lawyer. I didn't understand that either. Interview? Like call them up and, talk to them about something. Okay, but I don't really call that interviewing them. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not hiring you for the Denny's drive-thru or whatever. I mean, no. Like, it doesn't have a drive, whatever, I don't care. Interview this lawyer because he really helped me. REALY, really. Real Y helped me. Don't know what I'd do without him. Would use him again. Don't let bitter people who don't use their names review him. They are scared and useless. That's my favorite. I'm like, the top part sounds, okay, maybe this doesn't sound like a client. That really does not.
No, it doesn't. This sounds completely fabricated. But I mean, maybe there was someone, maybe that's a real person, but it doesn't sound like it. I just got something in my email.
Oh yeah, by the way, let me say this for real, like no joke. There is something that exposes the fact that they oopsied and they admitted for sure that what the hells have been under mass flagging. They oopsied and admitted it while going after Veteran Nation. We will go over that for sure, and it is crazy.
I also think it's an admission that the rest of us have been under it as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you got something. What did you get?
I did. I got something that is extremely interesting, and I think I've redacted it, so I think we should put it up and read through it because it's just one page.
Okay.
But you're not going to believe this, Tug.
Oh, man. All right, I'm ready for it. You ready for it?
Yep. Now, check out the date on this. We've got August 16th, 2024. That was last week.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Michelle Preston. She is filing she's the plaintiff in the interest of this case against Jeremy Hales, George, Larry Foreman, and DJ Radis. She wants a determination of civil indigent status. If you qualify for civil indigence, the filing and summons fees are waived. Other costs and fees are not waived. So already, she is applying now for money from the state to wage her lawfare against YouTubers
That is
he doesn't like.
insane.
And here it's public. She says she has a net income of $1507.04 paid monthly. One dependent. She's married. No. Annual spouse income. No. But curiously, she's living with John Cook. So, you know, she, I guess, probably for her own benefit, divorced him so that she can claim poverty. Second job, no. Social Security benefits. She gets $736 monthly for her, and she gets $638 a month for the child. And you guys think, and there's people who think that she's not doing this for the money. She'd only have $736 a month if it weren't for that kid.
There's been, Jeremy has said many times that she gets gifted money,
This says other kinds of income not on the list. 132.
That's SSI.
What is SSI? So Social Security.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But gifts is blank. Any other, that's all.
That's all blank. But yeah, we don't know because I'm sure she has absolutely been given donations. For one, she filed for a 501c3. She solicits public donations for the Turtle Purgatory so-called rescue. She goes to the media about that. She's had things written up. She's had fundraising or whatever for that. She sells stuff at the flea market. That's right, chat. How come that's not listed on here about other income? Her flea market winnings, or I don't know what you call it. I have other assets. Cash, no. Bank accounts, no. She has no bank account? How do you live without a bank account? Money market accounts, no. Boats, no. Savings, no. Homestead property, yes. Motor vehicle, no. I do not expect to receive more assets in the future. I have total liabilities and debts of I don't know. I don't know exact. Motor vehicles. She just said she doesn't have a motor vehicle. So why would she have liabilities of $732?
Is she saying she has a monthly payment on a car of $732?
That she doesn't have? I guess it could have been repossessed and she still... But then you don't still owe the money, do you? How does that work?
I'm confused.
I don't know how it works. $360 for a boat? Or no, a home.
Okay, I looked at that as a boat for a second there too. I was like, wait, what?
$10,000 in credit card debt. I am building a house. I have a private lawyer in this case, yes. I am building a house and have no money to do it. Well, then why are you doing it? The other night on that show on that channel I won't mention the name of, she was interviewed and I caught the part where she said she left a house that was fully upgraded with granite countertops and indoor plumbing. A beautiful house, she said. She left that place to bring her daughter to this shit shack garbage dump so she wouldn't get COVID. That's what she said. That is what she said. And now she wants to cry poor that she's building a house and has no money to do it. But she left a house. She left a house behind with granite countertops, according to her. This is nonsense. I mean, it might not be nonsense that she's broke. All right, what does this say? Full legal name, Lynette M.L.A. Preston. But notice in the filing, she uses Michelle Preston. Like, if her legal name is Lynette Michelle Alexis Matilda Alexandria, I don't know, Preston, then she needs to put that on her legal filing. Okay, now it says email address. Okay, that's there. Otter Creek. I thought it had some other notes there, but it doesn't appear to. So what the heck? Honestly, what the heck? She now wants the state to pay for her lawfare against YouTubers.
That's wild, to be honest. That's absolutely wild. Hey, by the way, can you cut me a little break on this?
It's insane.
1 minute. I'm writing something down here. You know, I found, so going over the veteran nation thing last night, there was one statement that just stuck with me, and it continued to stick with me, you know, and it was the part about Lloyd. Because in that, you know, there were discussions about quite a few things there. But one of the things, again, it was just a toss-away statement by Bruce in that. And he said that Lloyd, and this is again an accusation, I'm not saying this is true or anything, I'm just taking the statement, said that Lloyd was drinking with the teenagers and fell and broke his hip. And I kept thinking, whose property did that happen on? You know, wouldn't that kind of make you liable if you're knowing that there's teenagers around drinking on your property?
Yeah, that is admitting to a crime. If she's being the landlord too, and, you know, she has these people who are living on her property and she knows that's going on and she doesn't contact anyone or make it stop, I don't get that at all.
Yeah, I just thought that, I mean, like that, there were many statements that stuck with me, like, you know, there were, it started with the slightly implied threat, you know, of there will be action. And then by the end of it, it wasn't so slightly implied anymore. And then today, well, yeah, apparently it got really not so slightly implied. So let's
and I would like to point out that this letter got sent to Veteran Nation, but it got copied to me.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what business it is of mine, a letter he's sending to Veteran Nation, and I don't know why he has copied me on it, other than to just get himself some more attention. But I found that to be slightly threatening also. And again, too, this is the guy who wants to be invited on my program or on Tug's program. And all he does is threaten us, though.
Yeah.
Every time he contacts us, it's with some threat.
You know what I found fascinating? I'd like to actually see what was sent to over to DUI guy, because I was going over the thing that he sent to me, and he does not make it clear in any way, shape, or form that, you know, you remove that or else. There is no or else. There's an implied or else. I read it like that. You know, like I told you and I said before, you know, this is going to be a frivolous lawsuit. I can smell it. But there wasn't any statement of or else. It was just a, hey, take this down. And let me actually, give me 1 second. I want to read it. It'll take me 1 minute. I got to find it. I didn't value them enough to mark them, so I have to search them back.
I know. I tried to read through his macaroni and fleas thing or whatever the hell he's always complaining about. And it is so hard to even read. Like, he's a bad writer, and he wrote the article about it, and it's not well organized, and the thoughts aren't put together right, and it's so boring that you can't keep up. Like, I started falling asleep in the second paragraph, and then I read it again, and then I read it again, and I'm like, oh my God, now I remember why I was like, ugh, this is not a story. He can't tell a story, and so and he doesn't get to the point.
Well, he also, like, he sent a thing. So when the teenagers, I like to call them the 18-year-olds, you know, that way they're adults, because, you know, there were actions people would bring up, and teenagers makes it sound like, well, they're 18, you know, they're responsible for their actions. So I'll call them 18-year-olds. All right. Well, he was sending something that Jeremy actually clarifies in a video. He talks about what happened with them being taken to the airport, how they got there. Well, he sent over pictures, and I actually didn't really check that out, because the first thing that I saw in the email was that he CC'd it to another channel. He CC'd
Yeah,
the
why
email
is he CCing everyone? People who
because
aren't
it was
involved.
drama. He tagged in a channel that so they could be like, "Ooh, look what I sent." So it's like, yeah, fuck yourself. I'm not going to cover it the way you want it all, you know. But what I found fascinating was they were pictures attached to that had Preston, and the 18-year-olds, and they wanted me to showcase them because they're
Wait
sending
a
them to
minute.
me.
He wanted you to put her picture on your channel?
Yes, indeed. And I kept thinking, well, if they
That's a
want,
trap.
yeah, no, doesn't that also invalidate the whole idea? Because does
Yes.
that make me newsworthy?
Yes, and by the way, they showed photographs on that other podcast, the one that she was on being interviewed on. They showed a photograph, at least one photograph that I saw. Maybe they did more. I don't know, because I didn't certainly not going to sit around and watch a 5-hour stream with those idiots. And I don't know how anybody's getting through it. Honestly, I don't. But I saw a photo of her holding a bobcat that they put up on this stream with her. So let me get this straight. You can put photographs of Lynette Preston. These other podcasts that agree with Lynette can put her photograph up. They can say her name, but we can't? Come on. Publicly taken photographs where she was in a court case, or she was being filmed by police cameras, or she was being filmed in a public street, and she doesn't own the copyright to any of those things. We can't use that public footage? Yes, we can. This is bullshit. And for him to be sending takedown notices to Larry and you and suing now over using photographs while they are still saying her name and they are still using her photographs, oh, fuck off, Bruce.
They're not just saying her name, though. They're saying it in connection with other YouTuber names. So if my name is brought up in something, I don't have the right to react with this thing that has my name in it and her picture. I'm not supposed to use that. That's very strange. It's almost like, yeah, that's not how that works.
Yeah, tons of them are using Jeremy's picture and using Jeremy's name and saying nasty things about Jeremy. And I'm the first person to say they have a right to do that. You have a right. Anybody out there who doesn't like Jeremy Hales for whatever reason, and I really can't figure out why, because I think he's hilarious. And I was watching one of their videos today, and the very first thing out of George's mouth is unsurprisingly, and I busted out laughing. She makes me laugh so hard, George. She's a crack up, such a sweet girl. Anyway, because there was another police call to Lynette's property. So George is all unsurprisingly. But anyway, all of you out there who hate these people for whatever reason, you have a right to make YouTube videos and talk about how much you dislike them and you don't like his channel. I mean, Jeremy's a public figure. You guys have a right to do that. You can make it about me too. You can talk about me and how much you don't like my show and you think I'm a fake journalist and whatever the hell you want to say. That's your right. Go for it. I don't give a shit.
Who would have thought the person that adopted Medium Smart wouldn't give you make jokes about it? Who would have thought that?
Yeah, if you are going to make fun of me, though, it better be funny. If it's funny, I will absolutely add it to my bio. But if it's not, that's the biggest heresy to me, is if you're going to go after somebody, make sure it's hilarious, because that's when we can all enjoy it. I can even enjoy it. If it makes me laugh, and even if it's about me, if it makes me laugh, I get a kick out of it. I love it. I think my favorite insult, Scott Adams talked about this once, about how he loves to read the insults that people throw at him only if they're funny. And he this one time he could barely even get it out because he was laughing so hard. He was like, I heard the best insult the other day. Somebody said that I look like a toilet brush with hair. And he laughed so hard he almost fell out of his chair. And he goes, and the reason why that's funny, he goes, is because it's true. A toilet brush
I get like, I would read those crazy emails I get. I mean, I had fun with those. If they're loony or funny. Like I don't mind trolling or anything else as long as it's funny.
Remember when Reddit called me a demonic? It was let's see.
Oh,
I have my show topics are demonic pizza toppings from hell. Look, I changed my icon. This is me with my demonic pizza. My show with the demonic pizza toppings from hell. That's fucking funny. Like I love it. I love that kind of stuff. So go ahead.
Pizza.
Look at me serving up demonic pizza toppings from hell.
Man, I wonder, does hell have really good pizza toppings? I mean, I would think overcooked, but what do I know?
They called me every ist in the book.
Yeah,
Homophobic, transphobic, misogynistic, racist. I think they just left out Nazi, but the demonic pizza toppings from hell was just the best. I believe in free speech, which means I believe in your right to insult me and, and make your videos about me or Jeremy or whoever. But you don't get to then turn around and sue somebody who is talking about somebody else. You don't get to do that. This is America, ma'am. And the answer to free speech is more free speech. So do another 7-hour live stream and complain. But you don't get to hire an ambulance chaser to make people shut up. All right, this is great. Let's read this.
Actually,
because this is awesome.
Yeah, and it admits some stuff I don't know if they really wanted to admit here. And like I said, I hope Jeremy catches this stuff, because the admission here, again, this is written by the guy who on Veteran Nation says that he has that signed paper with Lynette Preston or Michelle, whatever her name is, and whatever filing we're going over today. But he has that. So this is a representative. So you can see who this is to, by the way. This is YouTube legal support. That's legal at support.youtube.com. They're tagged in, but of course, again, like you said, this was also sent to Veteran Nation. This is
and
about
me.
Veteran. And you.
I don't know what the fuck for. But
I don't know. But
when you here copied me on it.
I was like, oh my God. See, I said yesterday, I think I want to go over this one video, because I wanted to go over the police call, but it's like an hour video. It's a long video, and it makes it much longer for a live stream. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to guarantee that, because something will probably happen today.
We're drowning in content.
That's right. That's right. I was like, Ma, strap on my water wings. I'm drowning in the content.
We're drowning in content over here. Could you just slow down? Just slow down the barrage, the waterfall of content. We can't breathe.
Those water wings are evil, by the way. I'm just going to say.
Oh, my God. Getting water wings on when your kid is wet. Oh, stop. Dude, have you ever tried this?
When I was a little kid, I was like, hey, I'm going to pedal out from the little kids' part. I'm going to pedal out to the deep water. It's going to be great. And my parents are watching. They're like, oh, yeah, go. I get out there far, and one of my water wings pops. Pop!
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so one of them's dangling up. I'm like, oh, my God. If you put all your weight on it, it starts to sink. I'm like, how am I going to? That's how I feel in this content right now. I'm like, the water wings ain't keeping me up, Ma.
Did anyone save you, or did you have to save yourself? They're like,
no, I drowned. I drowned. I drowned. I'm just back. You're channeling that umbrella guy into your speakers. I actually tell my kids this story. They like to hear, story. Tell me stories. Tell me a fun one, about your life. So I tell them one about when I rented an apartment and I took my garbage out and I was attacked. I'm gonna shorten this considerably, but I'll tell them like a really involved one. I took my garbage out and they might be dogs or wolves, whatever, But they come in, they try to get to me, they chase me back, around the building. I get in the door and they're like, oh my God, what happened? Oh, they attacked me and killed me and I died. They're like, that's garbage. That didn't happen. I was like, it solely did happen. Oh, I love it. I love telling them stories like that. I'll put in a few real ones and I'll give them a really fake one. And they're like, that's not fair, Dad. That's wrong. Okay.
Pranking kids is fun because they always believe everything. Oh, speaking of, Lily Lou says I need to do more Legos. I have plans to do more Legos because we're going to be needing to raise money for this legal fight that's going on. I'm going to help whoever wants to raise money to fight back on this shit. So I was thinking, I don't like my turtle purgatory so much because it's not quite elaborate enough. So I'm going to start working on a new turtle purgatory to auction off along with my shit shack and the shed. And I'm sending the shit shack and the shed to Jeremy soon so he can use it for the auction. And then I'm going to work on a Lego purgatory. So it's all going to be available to purchase. And all the proceeds will go to fighting this absurd lawsuit.
Megan mentioned this too, and I do actually want to do this. I do want to interview Veteran Nation. I want to make sure I have all of my things that I want to ask ready, I want to give them plenty of time right off from go,
Yeah.
Because they out of all of this, they stood their ground. They asked legitimate questions.
I thought he did an excellent job. I would have lost my temper with that dude.
Yeah, it was fascinating to me when they made the call. Afterwards, there was this whole hang-up on illegal adoption.
He never said that. He never said illegal adoption. He said a legal guardianship. And by the way, that is the first thing she had with Harley. She had a legal guardianship. That was the first action that she took. Then she adopted her. And the reason why there's questions is because, and I have the paperwork, I've seen the adoption paperwork. It appears to be legitimate. However, there is a letter from her attorney to Judge Carroll, of all people, to Judge Hunter Carroll, the judge in the Maya Kowalski case. I can't believe worlds are colliding, but they are. And I've actually been meaning to cover this letter. I have it somewhere. But it's really hinky. Here's a letter from her attorney at the time, her adoption attorney, to Judge Carroll, basically saying, I screwed up. I didn't do this thing I was supposed to do by this certain deadline. So can you just waive it and it'd be okay anyway? I'm not kidding. I have this letter to Judge Carroll from her attorney, and I don't know what Judge Carroll actually did with it. I don't know but it appears that the adoption went through.
Right.
Seems like it went through. Seems like it might be legal, but there's these questions.
I just, the whole point in all of that wasn't those two words, though. The point,
yeah, right.
And, I got on this. I couldn't think of the right wording for it. It just wouldn't come to me. But what he was talking about, it wasn't about fleas or lice or messes. It's environmental neglect. That's what the call was about.
Yeah.
And he made it in good faith. He noted that repeatedly, that he was making a good faith call. But they kept saying there would be action. There would be action. Now, I think there will be more action, to be honest. I think that this is just the tip of the proverbial. Now, I will say there, I noted one thing I would probably do with some of that to Veteran Nation. After they do that, I might mention what's there. But, there's no law issue in it. It's just, you YouTube proof yourself. As far as making the call, they cannot tell people legitimately not to make calls to a governmental agency. They can't tell them if you have a legit concern that you cannot call Child Protective Services. They just...
Yeah, and how are they going to, and how exactly does Bruce think he's going to prove that Veteran Nation didn't have a good faith basis to make that call? It sure seemed like he did to me.
Well, he noted the reasons why. I saw this, I saw that. I saw text messages that brought up lice, that brought up fleas. I saw the conditions around here. I saw this thing where a deputy actually mentions, hey, don't put the kid in like that. And he mentions all these things. And these things, they can be backed up with video. So I don't know how you could say that wasn't good faith, Any of those
Yeah,
things.
I don't either. I don't either. And I didn't like, and this is another reason why I wouldn't have Bruce on with me, because he was clearly trying to trap that man into saying something that would open him up to litigation. Never, ever, and if I could give him any advice, it's do not talk to that man again. He has made it clear he wants to sue you. And he's looking for a cause of action. He's fishing for a cause of action. Do not speak to him. It's like never speak to cops. Don't speak to lawyers who are nasty sons of bitches either. Don't speak to him.
He's not just looking for ammunition against him. I believe he was looking for ammunition. Maybe
against
not for,
Jeremy.
Yeah, and potentially, I personally believe that they'll go after Madam Mayor too. I very much think. You know.
Yeah, he's cooking up something nasty in his witch's cauldron that they're dancing around with Scott's wife or whatever his name, whatever her name is, the one with the candy house.
They don't dance. Come on, they're in the car. They're trapped going to the ATM. Don't you know?
They're going to the bank. They're looking for cashier's checks. I don't know. Whatever it is they're doing.
All the best.
Oops, I didn't mean to hit that.
You're like, see you later at the ATM. All the best.
I was looking for my coven button, for the witch's cauldron button. They're cooking up something nasty, like to go again. They're wearing their black robes, and they're stewing toads over a cauldron.
Toads. Yummy. I mean, wait, no, wait. But is that a demonic pizza topping? I'm curious.
Maybe. Yeah, that sounds like it could be.
Good. Okay, here we go.
Professional.
Dear YouTube, stop that.
I knew it was going to make you laugh.
Fucking A. Like I said, it's like the reverse Uno card on my professional mantra for myself. If I'm by myself, it works. If I'm not, it's like it just fucks me up and derails me.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, right when the live stream started, like it was just perfectly timed. Right when it went live, that pops up. You can hear it if you review all the way back, and because like Megan runs a more professional thing. She'll put us backstage before she starts. That's why you don't see us, like when clips switch or something. Me, I'm just too lazy to do that. I just leave us sitting out there. So between every clip, you could hear us if we breathe or anything else. I'm just too lazy to fucking do it. But the problem with that is right when it goes live, you could hear us for the first second or so, and I'm busted up laughing from that professional. And it goes into the clip of walking. Holy shit. Right. Okay, I'm going to try this. Professional or not, be damned, I'm doing this. Dear YouTube legal support, in the linked video, the host, Michael Arthur, of quote-unquote Veteran Nation, after rebroadcasting video footage from what the hells of my client, Michelle Preston's property. Again, they keep throwing her name into documentation. They sent you this, by the way, too. So it's fascinating.
Yeah, Bruce, I thought you're suing people for saying her name, and then you send me, a reporter, this document with her name in it, and I know you want me to read it. You clearly want me to read it. So you know what we call this? Entrapment. Fuck you.
It's a trap house. I knew it.
You don't send me a document with her name in it and then be like, I'm going to sue her for using her name. You're a disgrace to the legal profession, Bruce. You're a disgrace.
I think sending me those pictures is like a get out of. I think this kind of stuff right here, sending me pictures and stuff, I'm like, well, there's my fucking get out of the lawsuit free charge. Thank you, buddy.
Absolutely. How can he sue you for using a picture of her if he's sending you one?
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously.
And using names.
You know what? Whatever picture he sent of her to you, you should now cut the background out and use that as your thumbnail from now on. I would love to see him try to sue you for using the picture he sent you.
I could cut her out and put myself in the middle of it. I'm like, look, I actually took the kids to the airport. Allegedly.
What an absolute disgrace.
Okay, anyway. Video footage from what the hells of my client Michelle Preston's property called in a CPS or Child Protective Services report on Miss Preston while streaming live. I was on hold as he spoke at length with CPS. Now that's some bad faith bullshit, by the way. Veteran Nation let him on to talk about what's going on. you know, and he was like, hey, I'm going to put you on hold while you do that. And you know what? Bruce was like, okay, okay, yeah, sure. All right. So he was there.
He never said to him, if you go through with this call, I'm going to report your channel and I'm going to sue you. He never said that. He probably should have, don't you think? Otherwise, it kind of seems like a setup.
Yeah, it seems like what was that word you used? Oh, yeah, entrapment. It does indeed, doesn't it? So Mr. Arthur then started a change.org live on the stream and got hundreds of his viewers to instantly sign. They didn't instantly sign, by the way.
No, it took a while.
Yeah.
Now, I do have thoughts about change.org. I actually think it's the most useless thing you could possibly waste your time on. Mm-hmm. Petitions. And Michael, don't take this personally. It's just that change.org petitions don't ever change anything. And I actually think that it was a very intelligent ploy by politicians to make us believe that when we sign these things that they'll actually do something, but they won't, because an internet petition doesn't mean anything. A real petition does mean something, but that's when you go and you knock on doors and you get handwritten signatures from people in a certain district. That's the only kind of petition that actually has any legal authority to do anything. An online petition can be falsified. People can use fake names. It is not. It's not. You can't use it for anything.
I don't know. There really is a good one out there. You want to see my favorite one? Actually? Yeah. Okay, I'll show it to you real fast. Then we'll come back to this. All right. So here's my favorite. Let me quote it to you. YouTube in the monetization of targeted harassment.
Oh,
wait, who's
Lord.
all those thumbnails? That's me.
No, get out of here.
Yeah, it's one about me.
Oh, look, how many people signed this shit?
3,600.
And have you been ended, Tug? Are you dead now?
Yeah. I'm well, I was killed before with the water wing thing. My channel doesn't exist.
And then the change.org petition did.
You ate some of that demonic pizza. You just imagine all this,
Hey,
yeah,
this
one
is in the chat. Hey, expert, how you doing?
I love it. There's also another one about me too. It was, it was the response.
I want
to
my
that
own
one.
change.org petition. How come I don't have one? I feel left out.
You should. I was actually very proud of mine. I was very happy with mine.
I feel very left out.
Actually, this is that one came with a response.
You people
it was
don't
really
hate
funny.
me enough. You really don't hate me enough that you haven't created a change.org. Look at this.
There's my other one. It was like, keep that umbrella guy on YouTube.
17,000 signatures. Look at this.
You know what's funny? I never promoted this one. I was like, let's see what it does without promotion. Because
That's funny.
Yeah. So that
really
was funny.
good.
Oh, I loved it. So, there are some that I enjoy. Now, are they useful? No, but they're funny. that evil monster. He keeps talking about cases. That's a complaint as old as life itself, it seems like. Let's see. All right.
The petitions, they make people feel good, but they don't have there's no way to actually make anybody do anything because of it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah. I wish they did work. I wish there was a way to do that. But it's more effective to actually call your elected officials and do a letter campaign to them or a calling campaign. That's
so we find out that as a result, also it says instantly signed. Its goal was to have my client's child removed from her mother. As a result of the live stream, Miss Preston was visited by CPS the following day. So, I guess we have, I guess they're saying confirmed. CPS did visit, but it was the 24th such visit by CPS as a result of reports called in by What the Hell viewers over the last year. And now, again, you can see what they're doing here.
I'm actually not sure if that's true, though, because there are also local people who I believe made those calls, made some calls at least. Local people, who was not Jeremy, people in the area who've witnessed things. There's another neighbor who I think witnessed something. There's now Lloyd who made a phone call, or at least said he was going to. Landon may have made a phone call. Those are family members. That's not What the Hell's viewers. Those are family members and friends. Oh, and by the way, I also have something here. Shart, the Jokalist, may have called them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa, we'll have to look at that in a minute then too.
Yeah, I'll see if there's anything I need to redact.
Yeah, because there's a part of this, like I said, I want people to make sure I want the hells to see this. This is, again, remember who it comes from. This isn't just some rando writing out here. This is the voice of Miss Preston. So, let's see. YouTuber host Michael Arthur of Veteran Nation. Mr. Arthur was aware of 23 prior CPS visits, has resulted in no finding of neglect. Instead of deferring to the 23 determination by CPS professionals, Mr. Arthur attributed CPS failures to my client's child, from her to corruption. Wait.
What?
My bad. I missed a word. To take my child's. I was like, wait a minute. Did something went wrong here? To take my child's client. Okay, my bad. That was my bad. That was my bad. My brain zoned out for a second. It was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, stop it. Stop it. Okay, now this is the important part here, though. YouTube, and in particular, those who read emails and letters received at the email address. Again, this is legal@support.youtube.com. So they're writing YouTube's legal department are and have long been aware of the content being streamed by What the Hell's targeting Miss Preston.
Oh, really? Long been aware, you say?
Yes.
How's that?
Yeah. How would, they're not people who just go in and review. If you make, for example, if somebody tries to mass flag something or take it down, through harassment flagging again, anything, trying to get just removals, that's not where it goes. It goes to Team YouTube. This is a specific department. This is their legal department. And what we're being told is the legal department has been made aware of that. Long aware. So, that is an admission that they've been trying to take this channel down.
Yep.
I mean, it couldn't be clearer. Holy shit.
And I think other channels as well. I think that's an admission that they've been reporting every single thing, including my channel, your channel. And I think that's why I got my stream taken down the other day. And I think it's also why Jeff got a bullshit strike. And let me just say, Bruce, if you are the one who is doing this, if you are behind the bullshit strike that Jeff got, that Legal Vices got on his channel, God help you if we prove it. Seriously. God help you. Because guess what? In Discovery, if it goes that far, in Discovery, I'm going to get your goddamn emails. You hear me, Bruce? I'm going to get all your emails to legal support at YouTube.com.
I believe, when Legal Vices talked to them, he talked to community support. What he needs to do, apparently, I didn't think about this until I looked at this, and you just mentioned it there. He could write legal at support and find out if there was a targeted letter toward him.
You know what? I'm going to make sure I tell him that right now.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that because, I always think about Team YouTube, the community support item.
Will they tell him?
Potentially. Because what they don't have any video or anything else. So if you haven't heard about what happened with Legal Vices, by the way, this is beyond messed up. He got a strike, meaning that he's taken off the air for 7 days.
7 days. And it completely fucked up our entire plan for the next 2 weeks. Jeff and I were streaming Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, this new case involving Judge Grudge, Gosney v. Griffith. Thursday, Friday, today, and tomorrow, we were supposed to be alternating. We're simul-streaming this new thing. On Wednesday, he got he got locked out of YouTube. Allegedly, they didn't tell him why. They just said harassment or some bullshit, but it didn't say what he did.
Yeah, it was blank, and I've never seen one come back blank. Actually, I've had removed. So I've had a removed stream get falsely flagged before. And when that happened, we finally got that fixed, by the way. But when it happened, it still had the stream listed, even though it had been deleted weeks before. it still listed that. But for him, it had nothing listed whatsoever. As a
So
YouTuber, I've never
he has
seen
like hours-long conversations with these YouTube, bots or whatever, and they finally they tell him it was because of a survey you posted on your community tab that got deleted, and it violated YouTube's terms of service. He's like, what survey? I didn't post a survey. And they won't hear, I didn't post a survey. I posted nothing on my community tab. There's nothing there. And they couldn't provide him with this alleged deleted thing. And they kept asking him for the URL. He's like, how can I give you a URL that doesn't exist, never existed, and you yourself say was deleted?
I think that's a bullshit answer. I think that they had no reason to hit him whatsoever. They didn't even come up with a reason. They just hit him. And I think they're just backing up the strike with just some bullshit answer. I think that if he starts fishing around, and if there's enough noise made about it, he could possibly have something done about it. But there'd have to be more noise. There's some noise online, but I would recommend people make even more noise. Here's another thing that these folks need to understand. That channel is not called Jeff's, it's called Legal Vices. It's a business. It makes money. So shutting it down for 7 days, that is a loss of income.
It's hundreds of dollars a day.
Mm-hmm.
It is absolutely unconscionable. Jeff did nothing to you, Bruce. He did nothing to Lynette. He has been the most objective, probably, of all of us. And I think taking down his channel makes me so angry. I get a migraine headache just thinking about it. And if you were behind this, Bruce, I'm telling you, it's going to come out. It's going to come out.
We know right there that is telling you, though. They have tried to take down. These are attempts not to take down. They make it clear. So this next paragraph is actually very telling in what they're trying to do. And if they're trying to do it to Veteran Nation, well, they're telling you, again, they bring up what the hell's more than they really bring up Veteran Nation. So Mr. Arthur's live CPS stunt and resultant disruption of my client's life should demonstrate to you how far this what the hell's fake reality, quote unquote, bad neighbors storyline using my client's life has gone too far. It's time for YouTube to take action. It should shut down Mr. Arthur's Veteran Nation channel. So they're not calling for a strike or the removal of items. They are calling for the removal of channels.
This is hideous.
Oh my God, man. I mean, the admission in this is amazing, because that right there, it uses the same tagline as the lawsuits, the fake reality bad. And that, to me, that says, well, what about these other channels you say are doing that too? Like a DUI guy, for example. I've got that lawsuit pulled up, actually. I think it'd be...
Your client, by the way, Bruce, your client solicited media attention about her life. She solicited media attention about her alleged turtle rescue. She solicited media attention about her adoption. She solicited media attention about the Jeremy Hales case. Your client has no right to now say that people talking about her life has gone too far. Fuck you. She is the one who wanted it, and she is now not happy with the kind of media attention she's getting. Laura Owens tried to do the same thing. She solicited the media too about Clayton Echard saying he got her pregnant with twins after 2 blowjobs. And she doesn't like the media attention she's gotten. But guess what? Too bad. She's the one who went to the media. I would never have known about her story if she hadn't. And same goes for Lynette. I would not have known about Lynette's story if she had not filed a public lawsuit or an order of restraint against Jeremy Hales using fraudulent information, bullshit stuff she made up. lying to the court. I wouldn't have never known, but she solicited it, Bruce. Your client did that. She is the Barbara Streisand of Otter Creek. Don't take pictures of my house. Don't take pictures of my house. And then, then everyone finds out about the crazy lady who doesn't want pictures of her house on a public street taken, and it's all over the place. That's called the Streisand effect, and that is what your client has done.
I'm looking at a. So yeah,
I thought I killed you. I thought my rant killed you
that
for the
email
fourth time.
I was listening to that. I'm like a cat.
Tug didn't make it through that rant, guys. He's
Umbrellas have 9 lives too, didn't you know that?
He was stunned into silence.
I know, it was so effective. It brought a tear to my eye. I was choked up. No, I was looking through that. I was curious. I've never read the email that came with those pictures. So I was like, did it solicit me to cover that? And yes, it did. It says, are you covering the quote unquote, it's not the first sentence there, but are you covering the quote unquote airport photos issues? So it's asking for coverage. It's talking about coverage.
So yet again, he is soliciting the media. You are the media. He is soliciting the media to cover a story about Lynette Preston. Holy fuck. This guy needs to get his ass kicked out of this courtroom and into a bar complaint.
Oh, he actually was like, you took down the photo. Now, why not end your coverage of this altogether?
What?
Yeah, I'm like, you know what?
You need to put that photo back up immediately. I'm sorry, but it needs to happen.
I told you. I said it on your channel. I said, give me a couple of months and I'll put the fucker back up. You know,
this guy cannot be allowed.
I got a little stuff. I'm busy right now. I don't have time for Brucey. He would only get about, I don't know, let me come up with a percentage, 76.2% of my mockery time. And that's not fair to him. I mean, truly, he needs that umbrella experience. He really needs it, you know? It's kind of like going, it's kind of like going to, it's going like the Universal. And, you're like, man, climbing up this hill on this roller coaster was fun, but hell, the ride shut down. No, we don't want that for you. We want you to ride the ride. It'll be fun. It'll be good times. We'll have fun times,
I also just thought of something. She also solicited the help of a so-called journalist that we like to call the jokelist. But she solicited and maybe hired, I'm not sure if she ever paid her, to cover her case on Facebook in public. You can't.
Yeah, I was talking about that last night, actually.
You cannot pick and choose who gets to cover your story. You cannot solicit the media and then be like, well, we don't like this coverage, so this coverage has to be legally silenced. Tug, you could pull up what I've got on the screen. This is what Shara wrote to somebody on Facebook. It's been blocked out but I received this. She says that Lynette was calling it some kind of defiance disorder, what the child has. I only heard the baby trying to play and engaging normally in the background. I don't see abuse or neglect, but I feel concern with instabilities, isolation, and control. It sounds like neglect and abuse to me, but whatever. 2 days ago, she told me she wants to give the baby back to her family. I questioned her, and she said because of what Jeremy is doing. As a result, they are both very stressed and angry. I tried my best to help her, but when I questioned her about their plan to kill the neighbor's small chihuahuas...
What?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait. And I asked her to notify them, giving them the chance to save them. She completely turned on me. She told me, and then that part is blocked out. There's more. So apparently there was a plot to kill the neighbor's chihuahuas that were bothering Lynette and John.
What the fuck?
So let's see. Let's go over to this one. This one says, she said the biological grandmother is a drunk, and that's why she took the baby away too. But she also told me John is drinking a lot with pain meds. Does not make sense.
Well, that's fascinating, considering the... Are you done with that? Here, I'll pull it because you see. Are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I need to go to a different
yeah.
one.
I felt like you were trying to move over. I figured I'd take you off the thing for a second.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
You ready to go back up?
No, not yet. I'm gonna open in another tab and share the other tab instead because we can get bigger.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
Okay.
Now I'm ready. She attacked me and turned on me when I texted a melatonin warning to her. Frankly, I've never talked about this melatonin thing because there's a rumor that she gives the child melatonin and so that she's sleepy all the time. And that was just a rumor. I didn't know. I had never seen any source on this, but now we have Shara, who allegedly is in contact with Lynette, saying Lynette told her that she was giving her melatonin. So she texts her this melatonin warning to her. She stated that her doctor prescribed it. I have never met any parent that sedates their toddler this way regularly, daily. It concerned me enough to talk, and normally I'm very honorable, but the child comes first always. This child needs her biological family. I am sickened. Shara, if you knew this, and this is all that I've been saying, why the hell do you hate me so much? Why do you keep taking this woman's side? This was some falling out that they had, and I think that they've patched it up since then. But frankly, this is shocking. This is shocking stuff. So then there's more. Here's some Facebook posts.
Give me a second. I'll pull you and you can pull them up. Okay.
All right.
That way. It's easy to do it that way,
here we go. All right, ready.
Okay.
So somebody named Charles says, Shar, are you aware that Lynette claims she blocked you as you ranted at her that she was putting her child at risk all night, as she put it? Any comments to this? And here's Lynette's post. Patty, if I showed you what, and she meant Shara, wrote me, you're going to see the exact same person. Her and Jeremy are exactly alike, exactly the same. She even threatened to call CPS on me about the baby. And then there's more posts here. Lynette says, I'm no longer working with her. We don't need a story done. We need help getting this town back to being a quiet, calm town and getting the people who live here involved without being in fear of being on YouTube. That one is too fuzzy for me to read. I can't read it. But there's another one. There's more.
All right, pull it. You want.
Let's see. Where's the next one? Okay, this is funny. All right. So, hold on. I have to open in a new tab and share this one. Okay, ready. Shara said she did not block me. I blocked her. She was concerning me. Oh, really? So Shara's admitting she was concerning her. Charles says, Shara, just trying to get both sides. Can I get your comment on the screenshots above and her comments about you? Shara says, here is one to prove her lie. And it looks like a text to Lynette on Facebook from Shara that says, I'm praying for your baby through all of this. And I'm praying that you see that people are not disposable and that things get better for you and that your heart grows from this. You blocked messages and calls from Lynette Preston's Facebook account. So Shara blocked her.
Yeah.
Shara says, I never once threatened to call CPS on her, ask her to prove it. But I did approach her softly with my concerns. She was angry off the charts because I had asked her not to kill her neighbor's small Chihuahua dog.
Who has Chihuahua dogs, by the way? I'm curious.
I don't know. She has said John is going to kill them, and she agreed. I asked her to please notify the neighbors and give them a chance to save them. She said they don't care about them.
What the what, man?
And I think there's one that's expanded. The way that one ends is she said they don't care about them anyway and refused. That's just the tip of the iceberg that she is obviously wanting to bring to the public, and I can and will defend myself. This is all I'm going to say for now.
That's a lot to say right there, actually. Yeah. I mean, my God, this is somebody in that camp that, has been an ardent defender of them, saying They were plotting to do horrible things, that they have concerns about the well-being of a child. I mean, again, they're being quite blunt about what's there.
I mean, I got to find out who's got chihuahuas. Give me a minute. I'll find out.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
Who has chihuahuas? I'm sorry, that's not funny, but good God. I'm looking at the chat because I saw some of you screaming at me to read the chat. So maybe the chat has more information than I do. This is the first time I've seen these things.
Max Labs sent over that document. I was showing you earlier. For some reason, that document is not registering correctly on me. Like, I'm not understanding the content of it. I don't know if maybe I've just got my mind in the wrong place.
The one that you sent me earlier?
Yeah.
I don't get it either. I mean, I guess we could read through it and try and figure it out, but I feel like I need to ask somebody about it first.
Can you just add to that, just like very briefly, succinctly, be like, yo, this is about, because like I said, I don't know if it's just me not processing, because of.
To me, it seemed to me like it was just court administration stuff. It didn't seem to me like it was directed at Judge DeThomasis at all. I think it was just a court process. Court processes is what it sounded like to me.
I don't know. Like I said, my brain may just not be switching correctly to what it is there. I definitely saw it though. I was just like, am I not understanding that? And then I didn't have time to follow up real fast.
Oh no, the chat says it's the Hudson sisters. The Hudson sisters who had the chihuahuas. Those sweet ladies, they wanted to kill those sweet ladies' dogs. I mean, that's what Shara says. I don't know if that's the case. It's alleged. That's terrible.
Somebody in their camp alleging it. So
I hope that the dogs are okay. Did the dogs survive? Are the dogs still alive? Because that was a while ago. She killed whose roosters? Her own roosters or the Hudson sisters' roosters? God, I think my neighbor's about to kill my chickens. He's so pissed. So they keep eating his tomatoes. I've got him locked up now for a while so he can get his tomatoes ripened and off the vine. Lynette killed roosters with a pow-pow? Huh. Oh, her own roosters.
That was actually, that was a statement by, God, who was it? Lloyd? Maybe made this statement? Or was it Lloyd that said that?
Sometimes you got to kill a rooster. I've been there.
Here they come.
Just saying.
Snuff the rooster. It makes me think of that song, The Rooster. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're going to come and snuff that rooster, but he ain't going to die. He's like me. He doesn't die.
He's got how many lives do roosters have?
I don't know. It's somewhere between cats and umbrellas. I'm not sure.
It's not advised to shoot a rooster, though. My husband did that once, and it was really messy.
So, Max Lab noted that the chief judge posted. Again, my brain is just not. I don't like I said. I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just not processing this correctly.
No, but I'm having trouble also. I don't understand it.
I think it's because my mind is on this this specific topic, with the veteran nation and everything else, and it's just not, it's like it's not wanting me to multitask, and it's probably something very simple that I should be, linking together, but for some reason my brain is not doing it.
In the EU, it's illegal to kill pets, animals. Here you can kill farm, livestock.
Well, in some places too, actually do not. Again, this is a horrible topic. I don't even want to get on it. I'm just saying, like, some places don't have animal control. So if they don't, then that's a horrible topic. I don't even want to go down the road, just to be honest. It just, that is a sad portion of country living too,
Yeah.
That is a very sad portion of country living that
Yeah,
when
and by
people
the
hear
way,
it.
the rooster that I had to kill was a mercy killing. He was badly injured by a fox, and I tried to recoup him. I tried to nurse him back to health for several weeks, but he was deeply injured on the neck. I actually think his neck was dislocated, but not broken, and he could not stand. He would fall over on his face when he tried to stand, and I hand fed him broth and stuff for 2 weeks, and he just wasn't getting any better. I think he also had shock. Sometimes chickens can get shock really bad if they've been through something traumatic, and they don't snap out of it. And so he had 2 problems. He was in shock, and he was badly injured. And he was a lovely rooster. His name was Prince, and I loved him. He was a lavender Orpington. He was very sweet. He used to chase me all the time. It was funny. But he was, he wasn't mean. He just was a little ornery.
Yeah, it was Lloyd, though. So here's a KM note. Lloyd told Jeremy she used pellet gun, and she tried to kill it using a pellet gun. This was discovered in Lloyd's phone conversation with Jeremy. Yeah, I remember that. Actually, there was so much in that Lloyd conversation. I was just, I don't know.
I still
I was
haven't been
aghast
over that
myself.
on a live. I need to, because there's so much in that.
Oh, by the way, so when we were live, we're talking about the allegations that she made about John, because that became an interesting topic. These allegations of safety again for vulnerable populations on that property, and her statement. I wrote it down. She said, "Quote: the ex-spouse that I share my land and stuff with, they know about his, this is a statement, quote, they know about his abuse toward me, verbally, emotionally, not a good thing." She also made a statement about how John had brought RSV into the home knowing that he was sick, and he was, according to her, he was trying to make the child sick with that because it would strengthen her immune system.
Yeah, these are all things that she says.
Yeah.
Now, I personally believe that she isn't to be trusted.
No.
That's my personal belief, is that she tells a lot of lies. And she probably tells lies about John, too. But it's interesting that her own testimony about this man is that he's an abusive, alcoholic person that, how on earth does she make these statements and Florida DCF is like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
fine.
See, that's what I don't understand. See, you have how many sources that have talked about that specific person? You have parties that lived on the property, including her. You have parties that are outside of that, parties that are in the community. Again, they bring up the Hells. They're one party that's talked about that too. But you have multiple parties in the community. I mean, you have all of these various sources, and that alone says that is not safe. I don't know how you explain that away.
Have you seen Jeremy's latest video? Today?
Today? No, I have not.
If we're at the end of what we were doing, we might want to recap that, because it's yet another. So the last one was the stolen trailer that Jamie Johnson stole from a lot in Indiana that the cops came to reclaim, the stolen trailer. Okay, so that happened. This call that he has is about 2 other people they allowed to live on their property, who John describes as meth heads. And these people, she claims, stole a tortoise and a bunch of her stuff, including all of those nice things that she put in a Facebook post that, when she said, my property is wonderful and we have everything we need. We have a bread maker and we have a milk maker and we have all these things for the baby. We have everything we need. Well, she tells the police that this meth head stole all of those things, including the rice cooker, the bread maker, the milk maker, everything. So now, allegedly, she's claiming
is that where the tortoises went?
Yeah, one of them at least. But you know what? I gotta say, on Lynette's behalf, when you watch this, you're gonna be probably as mad as me at the police, because, again, they're doing this thing. They're like, "Well, do you have video of this? Do you have photographs?" Do you really need photographs and video of to say, I think this person who was living on my property stole all this stuff from me. Can you please go and look? And he's like, you didn't send me any pictures. You didn't send me any video. So I don't know. I can't do anything about it. Like, what?
I do have to say, though, I kind of want to see a video of somebody stealing a massive tortoise. I kind of want to watch that. I do. Let me say, with what typically I give something a day cycle. So we're going to look at this because of how much crazy is going on. Even if we watch this, I want to ask all of you to go and watch this on their channel. Of course, subscribe to their channel if you haven't, obviously. What the hells, but also play the video because I don't want to detract from it. You know, it's not been out that long. I've got a kid coming real quick.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, thank you.
Definitely go and watch this on Jeremy's channel.
You try.
Okay, I'll charge it up here. You have to
No,
go upstairs, though.
I tried to up already.
Oh, well, here, take it with you. You can play with it for a little while. Are you done with it?
No.
Okay, all right. Thank you, then. I appreciate it. All right. That was very nice of you. Huh? Yeah, you can open it up. I saw you.
She loves those cheese sticks. Cheese stick fund. Cheese stick fund.
She loved them cheese sticks, don't you?
Yes, baby.
Yes, baby.
Yes, baby. Yes, baby.
She's picked that up. I'm like, oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
She's
so cute.
Did you come over next day?
I could not hear you. What?
Did you come over next day?
It'll be a few days. Yeah.
What too?
I'll tell you about something fun tomorrow, though. Well, I'll tell you about it after I finish this. I'll tell you. If you're really great, I'll tell you about something cool tomorrow. Close my door, though. Okay? I'll tell you about something really cool.
Tug, Veteran Nation just said every time he hears your kids, he thinks it's me with the voice changer.
That's hilarious.
I need a cheese stick. Yes, baby.
That's scary considering. I'll be like, no, I did not have relations there. No. Get that woman away. Like that voice gives me nightmares.
I know. It's funny because I just use it for like any annoying person that I want to make fun of.
I mean, it's like an amalgamation of every horrible person we've covered. It's like, oh my God, it gives me shivers. It does. Oh Lord! If I heard that coming from my house, like I was half asleep and it just popped up, I think it would. I think it'd scare the bejesus out of me.
Oh, it's funny.
People are like, that's so wrong to hear that freaking cheese stick asking. But yes, what I was saying there, though, again, I do not want to detract views from them. That is not my purpose in doing anything. You know, they went in, they get all of this stuff. So when we go over something, I try to give it a day to 2 days. But man, there's so much going on right now that we're gonna look at that. But make sure, again, actually put a playlist together. Let a bunch of their videos play. Because, again, that'll help them with court costs, too. You know, if you let ads play, you walk away, let them play. You know,
I do that all the time. I set up a playlist. I'll go to like one of, some creator I like to their playlist and just hit play and let it run.
Yeah, I do that to my... No, I don't do it to my own. It doesn't work, actually. I know it doesn't work, so why would I do that to my own?
Right. Not to mine. You can't do it to your own.
No, but I do that to people I know. I'll do it to yours. I'll do it to theirs. You know, it just depends. I pick one out for the day, and I pull that up. Actually, I have more than one computer in my house. So I have more than one computer near me. I actually have two and a laptop, so I have 3 near me here, and I'll pull them up and walk away. That's the way to do it, though. You know, you can help out a channel just by doing it. But anyway, do that, please, and here we go. I have to show them how to get in. That's awesome.
The cops are at turd purgatory yet again, George.
Surprise.
That's what you were talking about.
Yeah. God, she's funny.
Unfortunately,
Surprise,
that clip was roughly 20 minutes with no sound. A Levy County deputy recording from the vehicle, but conveniently no sound. How does that make you feel?
We're humans. Accidents happen.
You think it was an accident?
Potentially.
Okay. All right. Well, we have another video, and it's got full audio. It's a phone call
George
with
is
Lynette, and it's from the vehicle. It's Deputy Trent, as What the Hales News is proudly broadcasting from Otter Creek. Emphasis on the ODD and the chickens clucking in the background. Deputy Trent was a deputy that was part of Christmas in the Creek.
That chicken's barking. I was like, "What is that? Is that a kid or something?" I was
got
trying
nervous for a second too. I was like, "Wait."
I did. I popped my headphones off. I was like, "What is that? Is that a kid yelling or something? It doesn't sound right. Something's wrong."
Oh.
I'm glad he gave me a content warning with that.
Right?
He was the one that somehow got assigned to directing traffic in the sideways lane.
After Deputy Duncan threatened to arrest and ticket everybody, Deputy Trent came in and helped with all of the traffic with huge smiles and did a fantastic job. Now he has to deal with Lynette on the phone.
This is going to be a little tough. Put your headphones in.
Hey, it's Deputy Trent. I was told that you wanted a follow-up call. And
Jessica was arrested. I don't know if Jim was arrested. So everyone is trying to say that this is a civil matter. It is not.
Lynette claims she's never had any rug addicts on the property. Never lived there, never been there, even though there's a constant list and there's a police call log. So, George, who is this Jessica and this other individual that Lynette's talking to Deputy Trent about?
Well, according to Lynette's Facebook post and John Crook's Facebook post.
Whoa, you mean you have receipts? Mm-hmm. Whoa!
When she shows it,
they post quite a bit on
pause on it.
Facebook groups.
That they do.
They hired a couple. There's the couple.
Jessica and what was his name?
And Jim.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah,
right.
I was getting it there.
That's what we wanted.
I wanted it perfect.
All right, people are telling me that this is an older video, but that it doesn't matter. This is very interesting stuff, you guys. I don't care how old the video is. I think they may have re-upped it today. I don't know, but or like rebroadcasted today. I'm not sure, but it popped up on my feed today. So whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is,
it's the one on the top, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, it's the one on the very top. So
yeah, so it's been republished. If it was a year old, it's just interesting. This is perfect timing to talk about it because we just had the stolen camper 2 days ago or whatever, and now we see that there was this thing for the stolen turtle. I wanted to read what this said. So John posted this. Levy County Sheriff are looking for Jim Culbertson and Jess Montford Smith, are meth addicts who robbed a disabled mother of a disabled child. They also stole. That's great. I also stole the 60-pound.
No, you can't do that. Here, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, you got to do it.
That's right. I got to get into that really heavy. They also stole a 60-pound tortoise. 60-pound. Oh my God, I really wish I had video of that. Who cannot survive these cold nights outside. They're probably off the grid, living down by the river in
a van.
They're in their 8 to 10 man tent that they stole from her. God. They're living with the tortoise. Like, so they're down by the river living in a tent with a fucking 60-pound tortoise. Oh, that's amazing.
So they should be easy to find.
Yeah. I'm gonna ride that sucker back into town. You know. If I ever end up with a big tortoise, man, that's what I always had a dream of, being able to ride it to town. That'd be really awesome. Anyway, they are driving a green Ford Explorer. They are not this clean. They are not this clean.
As in this picture, they look
that
really
picture
good.
there.
Yeah.
And if aged Jim needs beer every day, if it helps to find him.
Okay, so the chat is telling me this is April of 2023. But again, this is...
It goes right into the subject, though. I mean, okay.
The narrative that is like, she keeps saying that her property is a safe place for a child. Yet this is the second meth head The second group of meth heads that she's had a problem with, who she allowed to live on her property with this kid. Jamie Johnson was the one who saw the little people in the walls. And she said, and this is all from Lynette's own mouth, that Jamie Johnson was a meth head, that she was doing meth. Now we have John Cook posting on Facebook that this group, these two, Jess and Jim, are also meth heads, but they allowed them to live there. You guys, there are meth heads all over this property.
So what it is
these meth heads.
In the chat they're saying they just got the audio and video from it is what it was. So, again, it's, I think, I haven't seen it. In the interest of making sure to lock all of it, because there's so much crazy. So much shit. I honestly need like a list of players in this saga sometimes. I'm like,
we're going to need an entire separate tree for meth heads at this point.
It's a tree. It loops back to a different shed. You're like, that's the one where the not so blue meth comes from.
Jessica and Jim.
Here, John, April 18th of 2023 talks about how they're both meth addicts.
Oh, well, he would know. He's probably selling them as pills. I mean, that would be my guess. Allegedly. Keep going.
It says Levy County Sheriff are looking for Jim Culbertson and Jess Munford Smith, are meth addicts who robbed a disabled mother of a disabled child.
Oh, he forgot to mention that he's disabled. Huh. What about the tortoises? They're all disabled as well.
They are too. They stole a 60-pound tortoise who cannot survive these cold nights outside. Again, this was written April 18th of 2023.
Which, by the way, Lynette went and messaged every resident of Otter Creek begging to come on their property to look for this tortoise.
So which one is it? Did they steal it or did it get away?
Nobody allows them on their property. Even though she claims 98% of the residents just love them.
That's amazing, man. Ugh. The tortoise thing intrigues me more than it's like this weird mystery, which I think I'm pretty sure I know the answers to, but I'd like to know the narrative answer, Oh, well, we lent them out. Like, where? Did they go to the same place? Like, did you trade them for that firearm that John said he got a couple of days ago? Where did they go? Oh, my God. Why did they never come back?
Somebody in the chat just said something that made me laugh so hard. I put it in the private chat. But yeah, we need the people who do the Tug cartoons to do one of him in water wings drowning in content.
I would AI song that. I'd be like, "Hey, Ma, I'm drowning in content." Yeah, boom.
I also would love to see CCTV footage of two meth heads smuggling out a 60-pound tortoise from a garbage dump. I need to see this. I really need this.
It reminds me of like low quality. Did you watch Breaking Bad? Did you watch?
Yes.
Breaking Bad? Yeah. So when they break in to get those chemicals, and they mess it up. Imagine that like really like low rent, and instead of a barrel, they're still in a tortoise. That's how I'm imagining this. Funny. Oh, it's going to be amazing. Ugh.
Okay.
They're probably off the grid, living down by the river in her 8x10 man tent that they stole from her. Remember when she got robbed blind, but she watched them take stuff off the property every night?
Remember when she bought the property, she stalked us to Otter Creek, and her Facebook post stated that they were going to live in this giant tent.
In her
that
GoFundMe.
Was the plan. And then she set up a GoFundMe saying, well, maybe this isn't the best idea with my disabled, life-threatening... You get the point.
They are driving a green Ford Explorer. They are not this clean and have aged. Jim needs beer every day if that helps to find him.
Oh! The pot calling the kettle an alcoholic.
Yeah, there you go. I was thinking that too.
Let's see what else is
Poor
said
Jeremy.
to the officer.
Look at that sty. It's getting bigger.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That sty is getting bigger and bigger by the day. His right eye is like swelling shut now.
What was amazing is like all of the haters like coming up with these weird fucking ideas of what happened. Oh my God. that has been some of the weirdest stuff. I had a couple of, like, for some reason, some of the message, I don't message back, but they drop me some of the most bizarre stuff, you know? I mean, they've never been like nasty toward me. They're like, did you hear this? And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? So it goes to my spam mail.
Oh God, yeah, he does need to maybe go get that sucker lanced at this point, or maybe Jeremy, do some hot soaks. You need to take a hot rag and just stick that on there and do it for like an hour. You got to drain that sucker, man. It's getting bad.
It's gonna be like Red Plant or whatever the fuck. No, Total Recall, where it's gonna grow a little Quato. It's gonna have a little Jeremy under his eye. You're like, holy shit, yeah. Oh, it's gonna wear a little citizen journalist shirt too. It'll be awesome. I love it.
Journalist. The chat is so right. Oh my gosh. Threaded Needle says, I don't understand how they can say this is scripted. You can't make this shit up. So let me get this straight. Yeah, Bruce, this is scripted. They got in contact with Lynette and told her to call the cops about this crazy meth head story that these meth head people stole her tortoise. Like, this is just what is happening around them.
Not just that. Okay, like, what scripted story do you spend like $150,000 and go into court for? I mean, how in the world? And I mean, the stuff with the grudge judge. Like, if I were scripting, you know, maybe I wouldn't script the grudge judge to, you know, treat me like absolute garbage.
Yeah,
that would just be
script that. I mean, there's no way that any of this could be scripted. I'm sorry. It's just a stupid allegation. These things actually happened. These things are happening. Now, you might not like the way Jeremy describes how these things happen, and you might think that his reality is a little off than your reality or whatever. But that's what free speech is for. That's what Lynette's got her own free speech. She's got a Facebook page. She could start a YouTube channel. She could do this for her own self and tell it from her perspective if she wanted to. But she doesn't know how to do that. She doesn't do good with storytelling, and she gets caught in her own lies. And so, but this is their life. And they have every right to these calls, by the way. These are public records. So if they want to see what Lynette's up to and they're sending FOIAs for it, that they have every right to do that.
Well, and it's not like they've randomly picked some people to talk about here. I mean, these people, again, the whole background of it, that's all of it's insane. Like, all of it. I don't even know. Like, I want to slice off a little piece and be like, this is the craziest. But, you know, every time I slice a little place off, like if I peel the onion, yeah, it's just more and more crazy. Keeps peeling off.
Who I hired at the exact same time that I hired them. She learned exactly what I told them. She knows where they were to go, where they were not to go, what they were to do, what they were not to do.
Yeah.
She says that she will be my witness.
By the way, you know what's hilarious is the cop, like when he first picks it up, he already starts running over the line. He's like, it's like, damn it, I got to pull over for this shit.
You should move our pictures because we can't see the words.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
So far, we've heard that she has hired this woman that she is going to accuse of stealing the tortoise. So that's coming.
I've got an interruption for... Yeah, the
more
last
cheese sticks?
No, it was a rocket pop. The last one was jacked up, so it didn't work right. So.
Hey, look at this.
Yeah, that's that bracelet. Yeah, I like that bracelet.
No, it's connected together.
I know it's a magnet together. It's cool. Here, take that one.
That looks like a magnet too.
Okay. Now, no more of those though. Okay. Since the last one was messed up, that one's okay. Okay. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. In the morning you can. Yes. Yes, indeed you can. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
So
yeah,
cute.
baby. I got to answer. Yeah. She when she learned yes, sir, and yes, ma'am, she learned yes, ma'am, and she would say that to anybody that was like in close proximity, anybody family member wise. So she's just I'm always yes, ma'am, and I think it's funny and cute. So I don't bother correcting it. Yeah, everybody else, like
my son does the same thing. He often calls me dad, and then he goes, I mean, mom.
She's like, yes, ma'am. I'm like, all right, here we go. All right, here we go.
I never let them rent from me. I never, ever gave them permission to own my belongings. That they need to be held accountable. That tortoise has not been found. They were to take him to Chris Thornton, and he never showed up. That's fucked. She's in the Marion County jail. They're going to ship her to Georgia. I need to be able to press charges on her.
Okay. I mean, you still have not sent me the photos that you said you had of them on the property taking the items.
I never said I had photos of them taking the items. I clearly told you that she brought me to the camper and that she had me there while he loaded the truck up with everything we owned.
Yes, but you also said you had photos of them on the property.
Videos.
And you have never sent a video of them on the property.
How do I send you a video?
That's why I gave you my card and said you could email me the photos.
Lynette is changing her story and narrative, like she always does. She clearly communicated, and we have already shown on What the Hales News, that she had video and she had pictures. And then she stated, then she had to delete everything because of her issues in court with Jeremy Hales. In other words, she was deleting evidence.
Dirty deleting evidence.
Very dirty deleting.
Damn, if there's statements that say that, that's big time. If you're admitting that you were deleting stuff because of you're in court, yeah, that doesn't play very well.
We've got the police report right here.
I do have the police report right here.
Yep.
Oh, can't read it. It's too small.
There's the police report.
This was initially taken back in March of 2023.
So the first call to the officer Trent coming out to the property about these individuals who stole everything from their lives. Okay.
So she got stolen from back in March of 23, but she didn't call and report it till April of 23. And it specifically says she had photographs from her game camera that showed where the ones that took the items, James took the items as Jessica distracted her.
As they were living illegally in a shed. And then Lynette's trying to tell Officer Deputy Trent that they never paid me rent. Doesn't matter. If you're letting them live on the property.
Hey, here's a great super chat. This is actually a great thing to add to this. Patrick W. said, who could have a storage unit series spinoff into down corruption, bad neighbors, and a grudge judge? Not even network executives would think that stuff up.
I know. If you told this story to people, they'd say, if you pitched it as like as a fiction, they'd be like, "Oh, that's unbelievable. This could never happen. It's too unbelievable.
It's too unreal." That's exactly it. I mean, it's like I said, the layers of it. You would think like part of this, there's no way. But again, there's too many records, too many police videos. So you don't have to take their word on it. You just have to see the actual documented evidence from Levy County itself.
Legally, they are still residents.
In addition to the report, the deputy himself even states that she changes her story. She can't keep her story straight.
Or her names.
Yeah, they don't emails are too long. I don't know how to do that. I'm not a videographer.
I'm not a videographer.
You said something about a list too. Then I need to make a list. Well, I started making the list of everything that we know is gone. There's still a whole shed that we can't find the bread maker. We can't find anything. We don't know what they did with anything.
Okay.
They've been going in there they were going in there probably every night.
Yeah. Said, I mean, I never got the photos and I never got the list that we had spoke about.
I didn't know anything about photos, but
the second time I'd come out there to talk to you is when I had told you, okay, because you were like, well, I don't know how to get to them. I said, well, when you do, send them to me. So that way we can show that they've been on the property, because you can tell me that somebody stole it, but if I don't see them on the property, I can't list them as the suspects.
Chris is my witness that they were on the property. She was here the same time they were.
Okay, but
Chris Thornton works for the Levy County Sheriff. She's a volunteer for the Levy County Sheriff.
Okay. You said you have photographs of them on the property.
I had videos of them on the property. They were on the cameras. Those cars have been erased. I don't think I have pictures of them on my property. I didn't really take pictures of them. I mean, why would I?
Well, I mean, the game cameras that you had, you said that you would work on getting the pictures from them.
Because you didn't see them taking anything. I didn't know you wanted to prove that they were on my property, but I have that proof. Matter of fact, I learned in Chris Thornton, there's other people that were here that saw them on my property.
Okay.
The two CPS workers saw them on my property.
Yes.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I was like, wait a minute. 2 CPS workers saw these folks on your property? The meth heads?
Wow. I mean, it just goes to show that DCF in Florida is useless.
I mean, that's a hell of a freaking statement with that, is it not? That is her own wording. It's not like anyone else. And I know she and her representatives like to say, people, they love to fabricate tales. Well, she made that tale herself. You know, nobody else put that tale out there. She did that herself.
Put a little common sense in it. Do you mean to tell me, George, there were 2 CPS workers on that filthy property who knew there were known rug addicts on the property, according to Crook and Lynette, living illegally in a shed, and they did nothing?
That's what I'm hearing.
Nothing.
That's what I'm hearing.
Huh. And there are individuals out there that want to go, well, they have been on the property over 20 times. Obviously, CPS is doing the right job. This is the same CPS that hired Silver Scam's wife, who then abused their daughter and then was fired because of it. CPS gets it wrong a lot.
And don't forget, these 2 CPS visits were prior to us even exposing her and even calling CPS the one time we did in May.
Although we knew all about this going on because she can't keep her mouth shut.
So 2 CPS workers saw them on my property. Chris Thornton saw them on my property. Our friends saw them on my property. They were here on my property. They answered an ad that I put out for someone to work for me. And I had the money. I have the cash app proof that I paid them the money for working for me. I have that.
Okay.
So I can absolutely prove how much money I paid them and when.
Okay.
Every day, I can prove the days that they were here because I paid them almost every day.
Okay.
That's interesting. So where does that money come from? Since we're talking about indigent status, was there a switch up from this time period to now where you suddenly you're now indigent and you I don't know.
She was paying employees at some point.
Yeah, I mean, she can afford every day to pay employees.
And also, I am confused how anybody can be defending. I mean, by Lynette's own testimony, these 2 people were meth heads. And by Lynette's own testimony, Jamie Johnson, meth head, living on her property in close proximity to her daughter. How is that not a big deal? How is it not a big deal to DCF that she has meth heads living on her property near her child? Do you guys know what meth heads do? Like, they'll sell your kid.
Meth, maybe? Did they do meth?
Well, that, and they have no empathy.
Do you know what they do? I don't know. They chew bubblegum a lot. I'm not sure what they do.
I mean, they are not safe people to have around children.
Yes, that is the understatement of the century for sure. I mean,
but there's still people, and I see a couple of them in the chat who are like, "So what? Big deal. They lived on the property." What? What? I'm sorry. I can't wrap my head around the. So what if if meth heads are on the property? So what? What? Sorry, but I don't buy it. I think normal people don't think it's safe to have meth heads around children. Just saying.
Yeah, for real. Even Walter White's not invited on my property.
But this was the stuff that you said you were going to send the last time, and I still haven't received any of it.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said the last time we came out, you said you were going to send copies of all this. That's why I said make sure you email me with it.
No.
And I never received any copies of this.
Sir, I don't remember that conversation because I said the only thing I said I had pictures of was that I have a video of the inside of the shed. I have a video that shows the food on the walls. I have a video that shows the blue of the tent in a big black tote that they had.
Wait, the food on the walls?
That's what I was like, you know. Well, I mean,
I hope that means she had shelving units with food against the wall and not food smeared on the walls.
I don't know. Sometimes when I cook, I'm like, I don't have any plates. I want to lick that food off the wall.
Good God.
Sometimes modern art, baby. Modern art.
Pictures of.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like the shed has had many upgrades since all the way back then, when now we have pictures of the entirety of the inside of the shed. It sounds filthy. How do you get food all over the walls?
I don't get it either.
I mean, I get it if they were in there picking their nose and wiping boogers like many these individuals over there probably do, but food?
The food could have been in there prior because John stayed in there at one point.
That's right. He soiled himself in there. Actually soiled Madam Mayor Teresa. She saved his life in there. Maybe he was eating boogers. Maybe that's the food all over the walls.
Or the rotting food that they got from Winn-Dixie when they were dumpster diving.
Yeah.
Have you finished the list to send to me?
I have a list. Yeah, it doesn't have everything on it, but it has as many things as we know are gone so far.
Okay. Well, then you can email me that, and I'll add it in there. You said you...
Okay.
Do you have pictures from them being on the property in any of those videos?
No, if I would have known that I had to prove they were on the property, I wouldn't have wiped out the SD cards. I'm happy to use the SD cards and the trail cams to protect myself against Jeremy Hale.
Okay.
So, but if I would have known we just needed proof that they were on my property, period.
I have to admit, every time she says the word period, I vomit a little bit in my mouth. You know what else I do? I go, ugh. She wiped the SD cards clean. Why, George?
To protect herself from Jeremy Hills.
Yes, the Hills guy. You remember when Hills was a department store, but then it went out of business?
I actually do.
Well, Hales was a grocery store. That went out of business after 3 generations, but I wasn't running it. So that being said, how in the world can somebody be so foolish to admit when they're being recorded that they're wiping everything clean because they're afraid of the evidence that it contains that Jeremy Hales can use against them in court?
That's true. Like, why would you ever admit that?
Especially, has she not figured out by now that, being on, when you call the police, it's all publicly available and recorded? Like, why does she say these things? But I will say, like, Tug, I don't like the idea though that police are telling people now you have to have photos and video proof.
Yeah,
I don't understand why they won't investigate this for her.
They don't investigate anything like that. I think that is a messed up.
What's the deal with Levy County, man? Like, what did they do before there were cell phones and video cameras everywhere? You just be like, hey, these 2 meth heads stole a 60-pound tortoise from me, and they're like, oh, well, sorry. I mean, what do you? I guess we can't do anything because we didn't witness it ourselves. So
did you hire a Hollywood movie crew to get that? And we're like, I can't afford that. You're like,
I personally am on Lynette's side on this one. I think the cops should have done a better job investigating this for her. What if that woman did steal all this stuff? What if they did? Well, can they just can they go, down there to the river and just check out the tent? Can they do that? Can they just go check it out to see, hey, is there a 60-pound tortoise down here? I feel like they can because they're cops. So why do they keep telling everybody you've got to have video or photographs or we can't do anything? It's weird.
Because they want you to do all of the work for them. That's exactly why it is. They don't want to have to do any of it. That's what it feels like. I mean, honestly, when I've seen that, it seems like hey, we don't want to investigate this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't get much more foolish unless YouTube lawyers reach out to you and say, hey, we want to help you because we want fame, and all they're getting is shame from this. That's pretty foolish as well, considering every route they have told her to go, whether it been Shart, whether it been Deuce, whether it been, it doesn't matter who it's been. Every route they've told her to go has self-imploded.
It has backfired, and it's all been very bad advice.
Remember when Deuce filed a motion for them in the federal case, and then they asked for a free lawyer, and the judges came back and said what?
Said, well, you clearly know how to write motions.
Obviously.
Therefore, no.
Oh, and Bruce wrote them illegally, which, yes, that's being followed up on, and never cited that he wrote them, and yes, that's being followed up on, and then publicly declared it on YouTube.
No way. I didn't know about this.
I would never.
Well, to be fair, it's like he was saying to Veteran Nation, I've got these documents. I showed them on that show. It was like, I don't watch that show. I was like, fuck, man, 9 hours. Probably, again, I broadcast 5 hours on the.
Nobody watches that show.
God, 5 to 9 hours a day, dude. I don't. Again, I did 5 hours the other night. I was like, holy crap, yesterday. That was a lot of live stream. There's a lot to put in it. Granted, but still. I can't every single day. No way. To sort through that to find a document, I can't do it.
Wipe them clean. I would have taken pictures of it somehow.
We had discussed that when I originally came out, and you said that you didn't have access to them, and that you would work at getting them.
But there's been obviously a communication error because I'll bring John out too and ask him if you ever wanted pictures of them on my property. He wanted me to show you what they took.
Yep, and you said you had pictures of them on the property. And I said, okay, that would be great, because then that shows that they're here. That was back in the original conversation.
I think you're talking about somebody else, not me.
No.
Talking to somebody else, not her? Is this a public admittal of multiple personality disorder?
Potentially.
That very well could be. Was it Lacey? Was it Lyshell? Was it Licenet? Who was? I mean, there's 39 options that we know of, and there could be so many more.
Todd, does it pause? I have a present for you from General Tunes.
Oh no! Oh God! I've got to see this. Okay, are we ready for this?
Drowning in content. Look at the gold rings and the.
Oh my God, I'm flanneled up and everything. Help me, I'm drowning in the content.
You have to make this another avatar. Oh my God.
That's beautiful, actually. I need to add that to the intro. I'm telling you, that needs to. I'm gonna make a.
So good.
Mail that to me. I need that. I need that in my life. That is sexy. Man, for some reason I look good in water wings. Oh shit.
Oh God. Oh, so good.
I like it just YouTube, and then when it like almost cuts off, it sounds like the French version. WeTube. Oh, that is
so good.
That is amazing. I love it. General P, that is really funny. Oh my God. I love all you people making crazy shit. I love it.
Ask and you shall receive.
Indeed.
Because I would have taken pictures of the screenshots. I would have taken pictures of the trail cams. But I never saw them on the trail cam put anything in their vehicle. So I didn't keep the pictures because I don't have pictures of them putting anything in their car. I told you that I was going to go through all the trail cams and see if I could find their license plate. I did not find a picture of their license plate, which doesn't matter because they don't have that vehicle anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone. The vehicle's gone. They parted it. They sold it to the junkyard. So I have proof via.
So
I hired her at the same time.
On April 21st, I documented in my follow-up investigation with you that you advised you had photographs and or videos of Jessica and James stealing the items, and that you were still working on the list, and that you had not emailed the list yet.
I'll bring John into it right now because I never said I had photographs of them stealing the items. I hadn't even looked at the trail cams when you were here. I said I was going to go through the trail cams and see if I could see their license plate.
Yep, but back originally when you filed the report in March 23rd, we had discussed that you can say somebody took the items, but until you can show that they were on the property, I cannot list them as the suspects.
That's absurd.
And
That's
you said
absurd.
that you had the pictures,
Stop
and I said,
it.
okay, that'll work.
Stop it. That's absurd, officer. Unless you can prove they were on your property, you can't list them as suspects. That's absurd. Where do they get this? Where are they getting this? She can say, I know they were on the property because I am an eyewitness. John's an eyewitness. Other people know they were on the property. They stayed on my property. They do not need to show pictures of that. This is bothering me so much. Lynette is being rolled by these cops the same way they roll Jeremy and George, and it's wrong. It's wrong. You do not need to show proof that this person that you say stole your stuff was on your property if you know they were there and you tell them that. This is dumb. They need to stop saying stupid things like this.
Hey, I sent you a message, by the way.
On private chat or my
No.
my phone?
Your device, yeah. Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, check that. Hey, hold this for 1 second, okay? I got to do something real fast. I'll be back 1 minute or 2 minutes.
No problem.
All right, give me 1 second. Do you want me to turn it on for a minute or no?
Yeah. Let's just.
Yeah, I'll turn it
unless
on.
you want to. Unless you don't want to miss it. I don't care. Either way.
No, I
if you
don't
want
miss it,
just,
actually.
You don't want to miss it. I'll just talk to the chat. All right. Yeah. All right. Anyway. What if they come when you're not home? Yeah, right. What if they come when you're not home and you don't get pictures of people robbing your property, but you know who did it, but you didn't get a picture? Like, I'm sorry, but what? And I'm fair. I'm going to be fair. I think Lynette's like a nut job, and I think John's crazy too, and I think they should probably both be in jail. But when they go to the police for help, they should be treated like everybody else. And now it appears that Levy County does treat everybody like this. Well, no video, can't do anything about it. If it wasn't on video, it didn't happen. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. This is beyond lazy. I think that it's negligence. It's negligence. There is no reason why they can't go and question people who are implicated in theft. Even if she did say she thought she had pictures because she has trail cams or whatever, it should not be dependent on that for them to talk to them or go see.
All right, I'm back.
That can't possibly be the law. I'm sorry, but it can't be. What did we do before video cameras, guys? All right. I mean,
so confuses me on that. I that argument, it has come up so many times, and apparently that's just that's just policy for them. That's the most insane thing about it. At first, I thought, is that favoritism or something? You know?
No, they're doing it to everyone. At least they're treating everybody like shit. It's not just Jeremy and George.
Yeah, I had one of my alarms at the house. You know, the camera alarms kept going off, and I was like, I can't find anything that's setting it off. I kept looking at it. I was like, what the hell is doing that?
It's that bunny. It's probably the bunny with the switchblade that you.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was. It was like, you ain't fed me enough freaking carrots, boy. Oh, shit.
It's trying to break in so it can get some fresh veggies.
Comes back with an eye patch on and shit. You know? It brought me a 60-pound tortoise. It was going to trade in for some.
The tortoise and the hare.
Oh, that would actually, you know what? That changes that up so much.
See if I gave them the items if they were renters here. So see, there's a big communication miss. No, that's not what you and I talked about.
I'm on her side on this one.
This is a big miscommunication.
Yeah, it's
totally.
weird.
Because I would have took pictures of them that I had on the trail cam of them working on my property. But that doesn't matter anyway. Chris Thornton can be my witness that they were on my property.
She's right. She has eyewitnesses that they were on the property. She's right. I'm on Lynette's side on this one.
That's amazing too. Yeah, why don't you go get a documented statement saying a couple of crackheads were on your property from CPS? That would have been golden. You know.
Well, look, she doesn't need pictures and video. This is insane. She has eyewitnesses. And I do think she's being treated very unfairly, but the cops treat Jeremy and George very unfairly too. They're just unfair across the board.
It feels like fucking being lazy as hell. I mean, oh my God. I don't know, man. I've seen criminal, trespass complaints, all kinds of other insanity where people, they go on your property. Actually, you get poachers. Like out in some of my granddad's areas that he has, and when you call up about that, you see a vehicle, you end up with a license plate number or something, and you're like, yo, this was there, and they go and they check that out. It's kind of strange how that works.
Yeah, I've never had a policeman say they couldn't go check something out. I mean, this is crazy. Of course they can. They can go look by the river for the tent with the tortoise. It can't be that hard to find, for fuck's sake.
Like it walked away. What the fuck? We can't find it.
I'm just mad at the Levy County Sheriff that they can't get their shit together and just walk down to the river and just see if what she says is there is there.
It's so bizarre.
Oh, CPS workers interviewed them?
Trent's doing a pretty
Holy
phenomenal...
crap. See, I disagree with Jeremy. He likes Trent. I think Trent's doing a terrible job, but that's okay. We can disagree. This should be further proof that Jeremy does not tell me what to say. Because I disagree that Deputy Trent is doing a good job here. I think he's doing a shit job, and he should be written up for it. What was it? Oh, she said CPS interviewed these two. Mm-hmm. So now we know that CPS or DFS interviewed two meth heads that were living on Lynette's property, and they still were like, everything's fine, nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here, exactly.
Wow.
Amazing stuff.
Wow. Job under the circumstances, talking with crazy. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think he's keeping his level of professionalism. He's trying to remain impartial. He's trying to be fair, which is what every law enforcement officer should do.
But if we only could have seen his face when she said, I've got 2 CPS workers that are willing to testify. CPS workers weren't there to help her. Regardless of what she's currently posting, her and Crook have both gone public
those freaking chickens, man, they just keep messing me up.
Stating that CPS is protecting them and that Governor DeSantis is protecting them. It doesn't work that way at all. And Trent, man, to see his face at this point, you hear the pause and you hear the okay.
Well, I don't know.
I would have loved to seen all this.
I think actually that CPS might be protecting them. I can't think of another reason why that they have not made her at the very least clean that shithole up.
You know, this hit me randomly. Okay, this just hit me very randomly. I was thinking back. You know how that happens when you think about something you covered a little while ago, and you kind of digest it while you're sitting here. So on the Veteran Nation complaint, it noted that this, after rebroadcasting video footage from What the Hells, then CPS was called. Now, the video that was actually being discussed was Madam Mayor video. So there was no rebroadcast of a What the Hells anything.
Right.
I don't know. I just hit me randomly. I don't know what.
Well, but Bruce is trying to equate the two and say there's no difference between Madam
they're
Mayor
the same.
and Jeremy Hales, which I think is ridiculous. No judge on earth is going to agree with that. There is a difference between the two of them.
Well, yeah.
And that was a perfectly legal video to take. They asked the officer if they could film. He said yes.
It's just such a bizarre legal argument that they're trying to make with that. Not just a bizarre argument, but a bizarre, because again, they're trying to make a legal argument to shut down a channel here. And they don't even get that factually correct. When they're saying, oh, this was rebroadcast. Now, I don't even know if I don't know if they broadcast anything. Maybe I'll ask them. Give me a second. I'm going to play this, but maybe I'll ask them if they've ever really broadcast
the moneymaker.
So I have proof.
Oh.
Okay.
I have to dig out the card for the one worker. The other one never gave me a card or nothing. I don't even know what her damn name is. They've never called me that.
The child is in the background hearing all of this. Most likely you've heard her in the background just like we have. And Lynette's the one that publicly states she does not use foul language in front of the child. And yet we actually have video of the child repeating the foul language, particularly the P word, as Crook was, you better believe it, stalking me, came, parked on my property, then went back, called me the P word, and then Harley goes, who's the P word?
None of them, not all three workers, came to my property, not one of them has called me back.
Okay.
But, like I said, Chris Thornton is I don't know what she said. She said she volunteers for the Levy County Sheriff's Department. So I would think that being a retired military and working for you guys, that you would believe her if she tells you that I hired them the same day that I hired her. She saw them on my property, worked with them, and then she hired them and they robbed her.
Oh, God, these people get around.
Of them putting
For
the
real.
stuff in their vehicle. She does.
Okay.
You know why some of these people confuse this for a reality TV drama? Because their lives are fucking... This is crazy shit. I mean, oh my God. Just this call alone is crazy. And it has webs of intrigue and lunacy. I mean, it's like...
It does. I mean, if she wants people to stop reporting on her life, she needs to stop being so damn interesting. I mean, God.
This stuff is fascinating. I mean, this could be maybe she needs a reality TV show for real.
Oh my God, she does.
Yep.
She does. But I think the requirements for her getting a reality show is to give the kid back to the family first and then have a reality show. She could really lean into this and become everybody loves the underdog. She might be able to strike a deal with TLC, give the kid back to the family, and then, strike a deal with TLC. It'll be a huge hit and it'll be like a Honey Boo Boo meets the Clampets. It'll be fantastic. I can see this being a big hit.
They call it John, Get Away from That Window. They got to. That's got to be the name of the show. And every time it starts out, it starts with that clip. You know? Oh my God!
Turtles and trailers. That's funny.
Turtles and trailers.
Yeah, Granny Boo Boo.
Granny Boo Boo.
The chat's coming up with names for the reality show. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I'm reading them now. The Turtle Dynasty. I like that one. Turtle Queen is good too. Oh Lord. I do like. I'm partial to John, Get Away from That Window. Though I'm really digging that one.
But I mean, it's got everything. It's got court drama. It's got sick turtles. It's got theft. It's got meth heads, sheds and shellbacks. That's funny, James. Turtle landing. That's good too.
It's got poop buckets.
Oh yeah, shit shacks. It's got like, and you know, there could be so many seasons of this, you know, the building of the house, the ticketing from Fish and Game. And now you have to fix Turtle Purgatory.
The house. They're like, fuck it, I'm done. That's the season.
Turtle Queen, like Tiger King. Yes.
Oh my God.
This would be like Tiger King, but for turtles. And it could be like that bitch, Jeremy Hales. You know, she's always like,
oh my God. Yes.
That Carol Baskin. My God. It could be
her Carol Baskin.
So good. It's so good. It could be so good. Lynette,
oh my God.
Stop suing everybody and go after a reality show on TLC. I swear, I promise you, Lynette, if you give that kid back to her family, I will help you get a documentary, a series. I will help you do it.
That would be the best show ever.
Just give the kid back. And I will help you get the show.
Stop with the Hales. You gotta stop that. Like you can complain about me, but you gotta leave them alone. You know what I mean? You focus on your own crazy, your own stupid crazy.
Although, you know, Tiger King, the whole thing that made that work was the feud between him and Carol Baskin.
I mean, that's
she might want to keep that. She might want to keep that, and like, you know, it would be hilarious just to have her, you know, screaming out Jeremy Hales every once in a while.
I'm sure that someone else would replace Jeremy. You know, it seems like there's a lot of feuds. I mean, again, this whole video is about...
if she could get into it with, she's into it with Shara. It could be between her and Shara.
Oh my God! Could you imagine that whole kill the Chihuahua thing as a new storyline?
Oh my God! They're killing dogs. It's fantastic.
That's what I'm saying. Oh God! There's so many. Then you know they could report. They would be like, "And that Madam Mayor stomping around the woods like Bigfoot." Oh God. Man, that is a multi-million-dollar idea right there.
It really is. It really, and she doesn't know that she's sitting on a multi-million-dollar idea.
I mean, it's amazing. Fucking Jed Clampett.
You're never going to get the money you think you're going to get out of the YouTubers, but you will make $1 bazillion with TLC. I'm telling you. The Lice Whisperer.
Oh God. I could just hear that theme song. Up from the ground came a bubbling crude. Shithouse shit, that is. Black gold. Fucking Levy County tea.
Oh my God. So good. You've got corrupt judges. You've got peeping toms. You've got meth heads. I mean, God, it doesn't get better. Like, you've got Keystone Cops, who are always like, well, if you don't have it on video, it didn't happen.
Shell House Rock. That's awesome, too. Like Schoolhouse Rock. The Blue Bucket.
It could be so good.
Oh, the Blue Bucket sounds like a terrible, like a 1-star restaurant that you would find on some back road. Why don't you stop in at the Blue Bucket? We got a shed out back. Oh my God! They could do a theme. Yeah, they could do a souvenir place.
They could do it. Like Tiger King did, like a theme park. They should do a theme park out of this. Use the shit shack. You know, like go into the shit shack and tell your friends you did it. You know, you could take pictures.
Like a turtle rescue. They could actually put turtles in the place. You know, I mean,
fill it up with turtles. Charge admission.
Yeah, get some people in there. Every now and then you get video footage of some crackhead coming in trying to steal one. Oh my God, what a great show. Yeah, I mean, this would be the best thing ever. Oh, Lord.
She has that proof. She's given that to her, to whoever deputy she talked to, and to a detective. And she's more than happy to talk to you and tell you that they were here, that they did not have permission to steal my belongings, and...
Well, nobody ever has permission to steal your belongings.
Yes, they do. If you won't go after them, yes, they do. If you're like, well, video or it didn't happen, then yeah, people do have the right to steal your belongings in Levy County because the freaking sheriff won't do shit.
Yeah, it seems like an open license to it, unless you put out multi-cameras. And even then, I mean, really, what happens when you get camera footage? We've seen with Jeremy Hale and camera footage what really happened in Levy County.
Well, you weren't really afraid, so you
yeah, exactly. You were taking videos, so you weren't afraid. It's like, wait a minute, you told him you had to take video.
You told me I had to. Oh my God, these people! How do you live here?
Oh, it's something. You know. You know, every now and then he has to sit down and be like, oh my God, where am I at? Well,
Sweet one says, don't forget to get a selfie with the thieves in the act. Yeah, that's what you have to have here in order for the cops to do shit, to do their jobs. They have to have it on video. And even then they might say, nah, we don't want to.
That'd be funny. You like run out while they're stealing it and you pose with them. You put your arm around them and you're like, oh, what's a piece? And you do a selfie and run away.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God.
Me that because I let them sleep in my shed, therefore they became renters.
In that shed, not the other shed. The food items that were taken out of that one shed, not the items that were taken out of the other.
Wait,
how many?
Are they talking about that?
There?
Are they talking about that big old shit? Like when you pull in, you know, where they had the refrigerator
the house?
and stuff?
That's the house.
No, I'm talking about the one right when you pull in, like right when you pull into the driveway, there's one right there. You know, there was like food items and stuff in that at one time.
I don't know.
You remember that fishing game where they wanted to look at the food, so they had them open that thing up and.
No, I guess I missed that part.
I think
you would think I would have known what it was because I cut that video up the other day. Like I spent hours on that. I should have noticed, but no, I didn't. So she's got a tale of two sheds. Elizabeth, that's hilarious.
That's
so
a good
she was
one
letting
right
meth heads live in a small shed on. This is almost too much to believe. She's like, I let them stay in the shed. Like, why are people sleeping in sheds in Florida? What is happening? Sheds are not for human occupancy. You shouldn't be able to let people sleep in sheds. This is a permit violation of some sort. I'm sure of it.
I mean, this is like somebody's magnum opus. This is like the white trash version of fucking War and Peace. I mean, it's amazing. It is. A Tale of Two Sheds. That's a chapter in it. You could just, oh man. So I'm telling you, I see a gold mine here. Oh.
Shed. The other shed that you said they did not have access to is the shed where the items were stolen from. Everything that was in that shed where they lived.
Did Lynette just debunk herself?
She's very good at debunking herself.
Yeah, she said she's never had any rug addicts living on the property. She just said living in the shed. That would be... George, I'm wearing the wrong shirt.
I don't even own a debunk shirt.
Oh, I do. I've got one at Hale's headquarters and one here as well.
You want me to go get it?
You know what? We should do a quick change. I was prepped. I was prepared.
And where they were staying.
It makes me laugh.
Well, that's another thing. Like they keep saying that it's a scripted reality show. They are good on the camera. I mean, that's what bothers these folks. They are good on that, and it resonates with people. People enjoy their content. They have for a long time. They're
funny. They're funny. They're great on camera. They're entertaining. Jeremy knows how to tell a good story. George is a great straight man to his craziness.
Yeah.
She does hilarious facial expressions. Like they're just good on camera. Like if that bothers you and makes you think that it's scripted, you just don't understand talent.
Exactly. And you look. I was going through the the litigation complaint, by the way, and they never specifically say in that complaint that they're talking about videos. They say that videos with a thumbnail with her on it get 30,000 to 40,000 more views. And I was like, no, you go back to those early videos, and go all the way through. Like that's not even in the top videos. They aren't even close. You have millions of hits on some videos because they drive the videos.
Right. They crashed here 2 nights, they left. They crashed here a night, they left. They crashed here again, they left. They were never
Why does she let people do this on her? They're not paying to be there. So why does she let drug addicts on her property? I don't understand this.
She said she was hiring and paying them. That was her narrative. They were doing the work.
If you're hiring people to do work,
what are they doing work?
Give them a free place to stay when you know they're doing drugs. The only people, and forgive me, but I've known a lot of drug addicts. The only people that I know who enjoy being around drug addicts are other drug addicts.
That's very true too. Yeah, no.
That's just my experience. I've never known a sober person who wanted to be around drug addicts ever in my life.
I'm just going to say it's probably not a hint of sobriety when somebody's like, yeah, can I continually crash in your shed? I get being down on your luck. That can happen. But when over and over again you have stuff like that, there's something.
Well, I mean, and to be fair, her stepdaughter that we talked to said she never witnessed any drug use. She said Lynette, to her knowledge, never did any drugs. So we don't have any eyewitness. Maybe it is just a way to get free labor, but then again, that's really dangerous because you'd think that she understands now, at least after trying this a couple times, that those people, drug addicts, are not reliable, and they steal from you, and they steal campers and leave them on your property, and then implicate you in crimes. That's not something. Free labor does not, and it wasn't free. She was paying them, so I don't know.
I go back to where that money come from. I don't know. I'm so confused some days with it. Like, where is that money versus where is it on that paper? But one of those mysteries, one of life's mysteries. Like where does all the poopy water go? I don't know.
Sunshine law and the renter law, landlord tenant law. That never fulfilled as them becoming renters in my home.
Never said they were renters.
They're not. And so if they were not renters, nothing in the shed belonged to them. And they know that, and so do I. They took my clothes, my daughter's clothes, the milk machine. They took
so here we go.
Out of the shed.
The milk machine, her daughter's clothes.
The milk machine.
She allegedly she had something. Okay, so I read this. It was just kind of fate that I read it today. I happened to be looking at some older stuff from her that she posted on Facebook. And Lynette at one point posted something that said, my shed has everything that we need. We have a bread maker. We have an almond milk machine, whatever. It makes almond milk for the baby. We have a rice cooker. We have a toaster oven. We have we have 2 microwaves. We have 2 beautiful bathrooms, she said. Boy, her definition of bathroom really needs adjusting.
Beautiful needs adjusting too.
Yeah. But I mean, she was listing off all these things. Well, now in this video, she lists off the same things that she says these drug addicts took. So then does she have the things that she needs for this kid? Like now how is she making food if she doesn't have all these things?
I was wondering, like, when this was like, I thought, is that a machine? Like, do you somehow like milk turtles? I don't even want to know how that works.
A turtle milking machine.
That sounds really awful.
And they brought things out of that shed into this shed. So if that's the way you're looking at it, then I can't get any of it back because it all made its way into this damn little shed.
No, that's not what I said. I said everything that was taken out of the other shed we could document that was stolen. But the food items that were in the one shed, you can't.
It wasn't just food items. It wasn't just food items. It was my Luluroe leggings, $350 worth.
Did I just hear $350
Luluroe?
worth of leggings?
Oh
You
God,
did.
she
Even-
bought $350 worth of Luluroe leggings. Oh my God! First of all, Luluroe leggings were only $20 a pair. So how many did she have to buy to have $350 worth of them? I can't do that math, but let's see. 5 of them would be 100. So times 3, 15.
I can give you the answer, but I'm just enjoying you listening to your math.
Yeah, I'm bad at math. 15 pairs of leggings?
What is that, 17 point and a half or something?
Yeah, 15 to
that's
17
right
pairs of leggings. How? Why? I mean, I've got some Luluroe leggings. I've got like 3 pairs.
I love like the chat just gives random ad like 80, you know, 150 pairs. I love the random ones where they try to throw us
The
off.
chat is like, what's Luluroe leggings? You guys have got to watch the documentary. It's on YouTube about Luluroe. I don't think she said Lululemon. She said Luluroe. Luluroe is different than Lululemon. Luluroe was a scam, and they were a pyramid scheme, and a bunch of Midwestern suburban women got taken in by it, and they were selling them to their friends. The leggings are nice, and they were a decent price until they got they started making them in Vietnam or somewhere, and then they started getting holes in them, and people got upset, and then the whole thing fell apart. But my God, 17, what do you need 17 pairs of leggings for? By the way, Walmart sells the same type of leggings out of the same material for like $7. So yeah,
I have a little visitor again. That's what I was
figured.
Yeah, take him upstairs though. All right, take him upstairs.
Meow 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 meow.
Yeah, she's
funny. I found an almond milk maker online. So this is an almond milk machine. You can share it if you want. It is a plant-based milk maker. It looks like they vary between $200 and $300. But you put the almonds in it, and I don't know, maybe it presses the shit out of them. I'm not sure. But it makes milk out of almonds. Why don't you just buy almond milk at Walmart? It's cheap.
I like the turtle milk machine. My favorite. It returns some funny, it returns a bunch of random pictures because obviously there's nothing there. Here, I'll show you my favorite one, by the way, though. My favorite
The chat
of all
says
of
she
them.
was gifted the milk machine, but like by who? So all these gifts she's getting by soliciting donations, probably.
My favorite one is like, oh my God, what's going on? That turtle there. Turtle milk machine. They got Mega Milker 2000 from the Ninja Turtles.
Oh my God.
Oh, there's so much magic. Okay, let me get back to where I was.
For those of you who are laughing that I have the same leggings as Lynette, every woman in America has at least one pair of those. I'm telling you.
You're speaking Greek to me. I was like, okay, well, you take it from here, Megan. I'll throw in a little mathlete questions.
They're famous for like these obnoxiously ugly patterns. I got some with foxes on them though, and I'm very attached to them. Just saying.
I can't even, like I said, you're speaking a foreign language to me. I can't even imagine like leggings for men. Take them away. I don't need that in my life. Get it away from me.
Posted that on Facebook publicly.
She did. And this is the same woman who states that she has no idea how she's going to pay for her next meal, which the child is the meal ticket. What does a disabled woman who says she never leaves her property have to do with $350 worth of leggings? Now, I don't care if you own $350 of leggings. I don't care if anybody owns $350 of leggings. What I care is if people are scamming and conning and going, I can't eat my next meal, but by the way, I have $350 worth of leggings. I see a massive problem with that. Do you?
It is. It's a huge problem. And then the accusations that's just spewing out of her mouth. She has yet to provide any list to the deputy, but she has no problem listing it on Facebook.
Or trying to buy a monkey.
It was the Almond milk machine. It was food. It was the baby's clothes. It was
Buy a monkey.
I think that's about it. It was the food. No, pots and pans, my dishes that I have a video of. I had a video that showed everything that was on the shelf. And after they were done, it was no longer there. I have those videos. I took a video, I think the day before I threw them out when they weren't here.
Mm-hmm.
Have to.
You notice the police officer just stopped answering for a minute there.
He's like, he's playing Farmville or whatever on his phone.
That's what I was like, when the little one came down here before, I think she was punking me a little bit because she, I said, when I'm controlling the stream, I make sure to set the switch in another room so it doesn't tempt me. And she brought it down here. She was like, you left your switch. I charged it for you. It's like, oh no.
That's funny.
To address this. That is illegal entry. Now, they are tenants on that property staying the night, okay? And so they are legal tenants. Whether they are paying or they aren't paying, she must give 24-hour notice before she enters that building. Regardless if it's illegal, how they're living in the shed, it was illegal for her to enter that. And without their knowledge, she must 24-hour previous notice that she's going to enter the building. That is tenant rights. When she allows all these different addicts on the property, they have rights. Hers are limited. The only way she could go in there is if it was under emergency conditions. There was a fire, there was a flood, there was a hurricane. She broke the law and admitted it to the officer again.
And that's when I saw the blue tent box. The blue tent.
You're using language that contradicts itself. At first, you're saying they never stayed at the property. They only stayed a day or maybe 2 days. But then you're saying you had to throw them out, which would indicate that they had been there for an extended amount of time.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
My calls are recorded, sir.
So are every conversation that I have with you is recorded as well.
They left. They came back. They worked here every day.
Okay.
They sleep here every day. But they did sleep here. They slept here several nights. Yes, they did. But I also paid them cash every day. Hence why they didn't stay every day, because they went and did drugs. They didn't come back until the next morning to work because they were out all night doing dope.
And apparently she allowed that.
And she allowed them to come back, knowing what they were doing.
Wow.
Actually, weren't they getting paid daily? So
yeah.
How are they getting paid daily for not?
So she was supporting their meth habit, and she just told the cops that. Okay.
Yeah, well, sometimes you need labor. I don't know. I've never been that desperate for a shed labor.
Shed labor.
And she didn't want them gone until she said they were stealing from her. So the aspect of being an addict wasn't an issue. The aspect of protecting this child hasn't been an issue. The aspect of CPS being there wasn't an issue. The issue is potential theft when she broke the law against them entering without previous acknowledgement that they could prep and prepare for. This is just insane to me. This is mind-blowing to me. Would you allow somebody on our properties knowing that they were an addict or out the night before doing different drugs?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And you have to remember, she allowed them to come on her property. She all of this is posted online.
Everything.
She allowed them to stay in the shed because they were homeless in exchange for labor on her property.
Exactly. So
she did or didn't pay them
for labor. And she's saying she has Cash App receipts. How are they going out and buying these rugs? Oh, so her issue is she's saying they stole all these items in exchange for maybe the rugs. That's not even the issue. The issue is she keeps letting them come back
with knowledge that they're out doing rugs.
I want to know what they were going to do with the turtle. Was that a side effect of the drugs? I mean, what's going on with that?
You don't
like
where
was the plan there?
You don't want to know what drug addicts were going to do with a turtle.
I'm hoping they were going to try to ride it to town. If that sounds fine. Anything else, I don't need to hear it. That's true.
CPS is on the property. She knows this is happening, and there's a child who is in complete and total endangerment.
Okay. So, can you email me the list of the items that were taken then?
To Jessica, to Jim. I have all of it.
Okay, can you email me a list of the items that were taken?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Why?
She's going to say something else and then it stopped.
He's going to sigh deeply in a minute here. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear Deputy Trent's sigh of relief when he was finally off the phone?
Well, it's frustrating because she contradicts herself. She literally is a walking, talking contradiction. And this is well before she even moved to Otter Creek. This is her pattern of behavior, proven by her own biological daughters and her stepchildren and people that have known her, neighbors, old friends. The list goes on.
That sigh of relief from Deputy Trent is the sigh of relief that all of the residents of Otter Creek are patiently, hopingly waiting for.
Man, that is something else. When I saw that shirt, by the way, I kept thinking, when I first saw it, my mind said debugged, and I was like, wait a minute, debunked. My bad.
That's what the shed needs, debugging.
There was somebody last night that asked that, I thought, a very good question as part of Veteran Nation. Again, I'm going to let everything absorb for a day or so, and then I definitely want to talk to him. I just want to, I can't absorb anything, any questions that I have. I want all of that. But, I don't know. I'm going to quit on that, what I was going to say. I'll get to that when I talk to him.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. I had a point. I was like, well, you know what? Actually, it attaches to him. I'll just ask him myself. That'll be the best way. That letter, though. Again, if you take anything from this live stream at all, first of all, you should take those messages from the joke list were amazing. That was something. But also the fact that the targeting of channels has been going on for quite some time.
Oh, it's unbelievable. And I swear, if they do this, if they are successful in harming channels, there's going to be, don't think there won't be fallout for that. There will be. You want to get people mad and motivated? Harm some channels.
Now, harming, let's phrase it in a more proper term. You want to harm businesses? Mm-hmm.
That's called tortious interference is what that's called.
And I mean, they're straight up. They're like, hey, I'm doing that. And again,
it's a nice channel you got there. Be a shame if something happened to it.
Yeah, exactly. Be a shame if it fell down the stairs and broke its kneecaps. Like, wow, that's a hell of a thing to say. Let's get some super chats, man. Wow, there's a okay. This will be fun. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Thank you, folks. By the way, a lot of you. Again, though, this. All jokes aside, this stuff is getting really crazy, and it's bringing in a lot of people who all they've done is talk about this stuff. Like Larry, for example. What's their excuse to go after Larry? Oh, well, he used 9 thumbnails. Like I said last night, and Megan has brought up, he made a good faith effort because he didn't want to deal with vexish, I can't say it, frivolous litigation. There we go. Man, you ever have that day?
Vexatious.
Yeah, there we go. I couldn't say it.
That's why I'm here.
Thank you. You educated me on freaking leggings tonight. And you helped me spit out that word. Awesome. There. That alone was worth the price of admission. No, for real, though. I appreciate Megan, by the way. These are fun streams.
I appreciate you, too. Hey, look, somebody on Twitter found a turtle milking machine.
Oh my God. Oh, my Lord. I can see that, though. Oh, Jesus. All right. Prepare yourself for this, folks. Freaking AI is amazing. Look at it, it's got, oh my God, there's somebody pulling it out of its shit.
Weird.
AI is just like, you want to see weird? Here we go. We may in 20 years have to bow down to our AI overlords, but right now I'm enjoying them.
I know, me too.
That's amazing. All right. Super chat. Angel, kicking that off. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate that there. And Angel also followed that up with 10 additional gifted memberships. Crazy. 15 there. Thank you, Angel. Dare, thank you. Also 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate that. The people that hits too, I saw them falling in early on. It's great. Appreciate it. Brenda, thank you for the gifted membership too. Thank you there. That's what, 21 off the bat. Bam. Fallen Hero. Hey, 21. That's almost, if we said they were, how many leggings is that? No, I'm just kidding. Fallen Hero. Thank you for the gifted membership. Appreciate that. Thank you. ELS, I'll butcher your name, so I'm just going to ELS. Thank you for the month there. Love from the Netherlands. Thank you. Love return from Tennessee. Love your content. Stay awake for it at 1:45 a.m. Well, I appreciate it. Also, I have people in different time zones that ask, hey, can we start earlier? It doesn't work out. Kids have activities. I really, like, you can ask Megan. A lot of times I will be walking in. I'll have some pizza bites and I'll be trying to eat something between activities so I can get in here. It's crazy. Alley Cat, thanks for the 4 months there. Hey, y'all. Hey there, returned. Appreciate you. Wendy, thanks for the 2 months there. I can't breathe. I'm laughing so hard. I feel like that sometimes. Oh, man. I do. Wendy A, thanks for the 2 there. Every lawyer I've hired took care of business. LOL. Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do, Whew. I can imagine paying what lawyers ask and then them not doing anything according to those filings. Lord.
I have covered stories, though, of people who've hired lawyers, especially in family court, who don't do anything. It's really unfortunate. There are lawyers who will screw you over. They exist.
Yes, yeah. And unfortunately, when I looked up this specific lawyer, a lot of the sites, they just have positive reviews. There will be just very few of them, but still it only shows that. Somebody super chatted yesterday and said that might be a paid service. They go in and they want to advertise themselves, so that's how they do that. But I mean, you would have these kind of statements that we're finding. All you have to do is look a little deeper, not very deep, but just a little bit deeper. But when you do the first returns on that, you get these numbers that are like, yeah, that doesn't seem to reflect that reality. Robert, thanks for the buck there. Appreciate that. Doesn't allow a statement, plenty of statement backing. Thank you. K-Rab, thanks for the 28 months. Reminder, this guy isn't just your quote-unquote representative. He won't or is just a representative, rather. He won't be litigating in court. He found her a Florida attorney. He himself is a Connecticut. Yeah, I remember him talking about his licensure on that. Still, though, he is saying that he is her legal representative, and he is going after channels and other things in her name. So Yeah, he may not be the representative in Florida court, but he's doing his stuff too. K-Rab, thanks for the 5 there. Sorry, this is the Florida barred attorney who will be representing her. Bruce M. is the one, is representing her, and barred in. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but Bruce is acting as like part of the team, right? He claims that he is engaged as her attorney. So he's doing her PR work for her, and he's going after YouTube channels. That email that was sent to the legal at YouTube or whatever, was in his name. So he is definitely going after. It is Bruce that's going after channels in her name.
Yep. Yeah, they're both going after channels, but he's going after them via YouTube flat.
Oh yeah, I meant to YouTube, not in a lawsuit. The lawsuit is the Florida guy, and the YouTube, attacking via YouTube is him.
Yep. Sue Scott, thanks for 5. Tug, you and Megan must do a live with you when he gets back. Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure we will. I already told him to put it on the calendar. I said, call me when you get back. He will. He's finishing up a European tour.
Yeah, that's the plan though. I mean, it'll be fun. He'll do, first of all, he'll do his own show, right? Obviously, and he should.
Obviously,
yeah, because he's facing down litigation, and we'll talk about funding on that. Yeah, what's it? You took the last cheese stick earlier. Okay, all right. Well, we'll get some. We'll have to buy some more. Okay. Boom. Why don't you go make a list of things we need? Why don't you go write them down for me?
Okay.
All right.
Aw.
Don't have eggs.
Okay. We don't have eggs. Okay. We're gonna make a list. And Rocket Pops, we probably need
take to inventory.
Yeah, you go write them down.
Let's go.
So, yeah, let's go. She'll have to translate it to you because she doesn't know how to really spell most of that. To make a list, I love it. She'll draw pictures and stuff. It'll be awesome. Actually, I love it. But yes, we are planning on, for sure. I mean, there's going to be a lot of that. Everybody that's involved, we've got to get together and make sure that all of them understand that they obviously, I hope they understand they don't stand alone anyway, but we make sure as far as channels are concerned that anything that happens like that, you definitely have people that have your back. That is a very important message. So K-Matt Redwing, thanks for the 5 there. She was granted status for the suit and paid $425 to get start as attorney. $425, man. That's like slicing off the big cheddar, right?
Wait a minute. They gave her the indigent status? Is that what you're telling me? She got that granted?
That's nuts.
That is crazy. So she doesn't have to pay filing fees, but all the other the plaintiff or the defendants all will have to. Yeah, that seems fair.
So indigent status doesn't apply if she has over $2,500 in real property value or vehicles over $5,000. She like crook. Okay, hey, set it upstairs for me. Close the door for a minute. I'll be through in about 10 minutes. Okay. Okay. Well, all right. Well, put it on the table for me. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate that. She's like, I made the grocery list, Dad.
So cute.
No, she is. She's a laugher. She kills me with some of the stuff she does in the day. She's so funny. But indigent status doesn't apply if she has over $2,500 in real property value or vehicles over $5,000. She, like Crook, lied on these papers. I wonder, can that be brought up? Actually, is that something that
I'm sure. Mm-hmm. If she did, if they can,
that'll be an interesting discussion here.
If they can prove it, maybe. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Is that Sharon versus? Thanks for the 5. I thought John bought the trailer with his share of the house with granite countertop sales. So how does she have a house payment? Odd.
I don't remember seeing a house payment on there.
Yeah, I remember house was because we thought it was boat.
Oh, I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand a bunch of it actually with that. I'm like,
maybe she's still paying on the shed.
Maybe she's still got to pay off all that labor. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe buckets are very expensive. You never know. Brett, thanks for 5. Any chance you've seen his LinkedIn profile? Wow, a PE teacher plus a PE. No, I have not looked for that yet. A PE teacher too.
Oh,
that's
God.
cool. That's when I think about that, I think about.
I wonder if he wears the short shorts.
Oh my God, there better not be a picture of that. There better not be.
With his belly hanging over, and
we could
whistle.
compare who wore it best, Gingras or him. That will be so good. Who wears their wife's short shorts better? Also crazy. Thank you for the 2 there. Veteran Nation is in the chat. Indeed, yes. Like I said, we plan on talking to him for sure, and I want him to know too. And I feel like, from everything he said, he understands he is not alone in this stuff either. I want people to give his channel love as well. He actually did. He tried to have a good faith discussion. This is what annoyed me with that so much. He tried to have a good faith discussion. And
yeah, he gives the guy what he wants. He's out there begging everybody to have him on. So he's like, yeah, okay. Gives him what he wants. The guy comes on and threatens him 3 times with lawsuits and action.
And then tries to destroy his channel.
Yeah. Then goes to YouTube to just, it's incredible. What a dick. This guy's a huge dick. He does not have a huge dick. He is a huge dick with a very tiny penis, probably. Allegedly.
Oh my God. He's like, yes, I got to come. No, I didn't get a compliment.
Please do not misunderstand. I did not say he has a huge dick. He is a huge dick. The guy is a penis head.
Let me tell you about the guy I worked with one time that did the puppet show thing. Did I ever tell you about that madness? Oh my God.
No.
I worked in a plastic factory one day. And you work with people a lot. So I worked with this guy a lot. And he would tell me like stories, and he had no filter. He was a country boy, but I mean, he was the funniest dude I've ever worked with. He came to me and he was like, I got my girlfriend, she's asking me to do something weird. And I was like, weird? What do you mean? He was like, she wants me to put on puppet shows. I was like, puppet shows? What the fuck is that? We're working during this too. So you have to imagine that. We're working in this plastic factory setup. This is before I went to college, any mental health. So he's like, yeah, she wants me, those little googly eyes craft things. I was like, yeah, those little weird eyes. He's like, she wants me to put them on my man and make him dance around. I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, she even bought him little outfits.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He was like, bought him a little sombrero and stuff. Oh my God.
This is not real.
And he was like, what should I do? And, I mean, I had to, so you have an emergency stop on those machines.
Dear penthouse.
I was like, I had to emergency stop because I could not work in safety. I was falling all over myself. I was afraid I'd fall in a bandsaw or something. Oh my God. I was like, puppet shows.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's very ridiculous.
That woman probably hated him. She was trying to get him to do something so she could take a picture or something and then humiliate him.
That is the weirdest kink I can't say the weirdest I've ever, but that's a pretty weird one.
That's a really weird one. That can't be real. It's not a real kink.
He was very serious. I mean, like I said,
playing a prank.
No, he was. She was an odd one. She was an odd duck.
How do I phrase this? How does a man get into the performance stage, shall we say, with googly eyes and a mini sombrero down there?
I was like, make it dance.
Like, how the hell are you supposed to make that happen?
Do you play music? Or I was just,
oh my God, I can't.
He was like, dude, you got to stop laughing at me. And I was like, I can't help it, man. Why did you tell me this?
You are considering putting a sombrero on your pecker. I mean, in order for the sombrero to like stay on, it's going to have to be in a, excited state. But how does one do that? With googly eyes and a sombrero hat. Oh,
what's sad is, over time.
A mariachi band. The Chat. Tiny maracas. Needs guitar. And like one of those, you know, she wasn't thinking, she didn't get the whole costume. She needs like one of those multicolored blanket vest things. What do you call those? A poncho.
What's terrible is I can't go to Hobby Lobby and look at googly eyes or anything without thinking of that. And I won't allow like toys in the house, nothing, no googly eyed toys because it sets me wrong. I'm like, no, none of that. And I can't tell anybody really like why that is. Or I'm just like, no, those are banned in the house.
And a mustache, a tiny mustache.
It's like little outfits, you know, and I mean, apparently, like,
I'm gonna fall out of my chair.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm getting a migraine. Oh God!
I was like little doll clothes. It was like little outfits. You know?
La cucaracha, la cucaracha.
I was like, why a sombrero of all things? Oh my Lord! It made my. I'm telling you, there are times on live streams I get laughing and I think I'm going to die. That night, I really did think I was going to die.
You did die.
Like, maybe I fell into a bandsaw. Yeah. Oh my God, it hurt me so bad that day. Okay, Wanda, thanks for the do there. Love you guys. Appreciate that. Thank you. Love return.
Love you too.
By the way. Yes. He's Amber Crumb, thanks for the vibe. I love hearing you two laugh. Well, thank you. I love the laughs, man. If I have a crazy day, I like these live streams. This topic is a laugher, man. This topic, you know, it's serious, obviously, but there's so much stupid in it that it makes you. Some days I think I'm going to die. MM, thanks for the vibe. I'll start a petition for Maine to stop talking about her. For Maine to stop about talking to her.
Maine.
For breadstick. For Maine. For Maine.
It won't work.
Maybe that's what it meant by Maine. And when my brain thought Maine, maybe it was talking about your hair. I didn't get that. Maybe it wasn't dyslexia. Maybe it was just an automatic response. Yep. Oh, get that breadstick money for your anti-hair fine.
Oh, I heard somebody sent me a message that on that I guess tonight there might be another 7-hour stream on that other place where Bruce was or Lynette was, and they were apparently they were complaining about my boobs and my Legos. This is where we're at now. Complaining about Megan's boobs and her Lego sets. And allegedly, Bruce has claimed that my Lego interpretation of Turtle Purgatory is defamation. I can't wait for this lawsuit. Bring it the fuck on. I want to I want to be in front of a judge and listen to the opposing counsel have to explain to the judge that a Lego set, a Lego creation is defamation. I can't wait for this.
I've had questions. I get people that mail me and ask me about the kid topic. You know, why I don't go hard at that topic. You know, I talk about it in generality. It's hard for me to talk about the kid stuff. You know, that's one thing that it irritates me. They're like, everybody, you know, says this or that. I talk about legit safety concerns. I talk about John Cook. That is a big one in my mind, you know, but that really bothers me. It is such a horrible thing. But thinking Legos, you know, the Legos are the.
And believe me, I will submit those. I will submit the Legos in court as evidence. Maybe I can't auction them off. I'm gonna have to save them so that I can submit them as evidence. They will be an exhibit.
Were boobs harassment and defamation? I'm curious. Is that how they were?
So I guess they were just complaining about, as usual, as catty women usually do, because my Lego cam. I had two cameras. I had one. Now, by the way, when I was building it, though, I was wearing a baseball T-shirt that went up to my neck, like up to the top of my neck, and long sleeves. So how the hell anyone was? And it was a loose T-shirt too. how anyone is complaining about boobs that you cannot see that are because I have them. Am I supposed to remove them before I play with Legos so that they don't offend anyone? I don't understand.
No, I'm going to go from a different direction. I'm going to say that if I were an attractive woman, I'd be like, yeah, I'm filming me from the juggler on down. You know, I'm in the juggler vein. What are you talking about? You know?
I know we've all seen Tug's tits.
Yeah, exactly. It trended, but you know, I mean, if I'm telling you, like somebody would complain, I'd do it just because people would complain about it because it would make me laugh.
I know. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It doesn't matter what you wear either. So I could wear something low cut and they complain, and I could wear something up to my, a turtleneck. You wear
some sackcloth. You look like a fucking
complain. Friar. Yeah, they still complain. It doesn't matter what you wear.
I imagine you dress like a friar trying to put together Legos now.
And it's like, amazing. I swear to God, this is the thing with, and I'm sure other women out there who are, have big boobs can relate. But this is the thing. Everybody thinks they can just talk about your boobs if they're big. Everyone thinks they can just do that. Like, it's just a thing. Now, I happen to just be used to it because you just get used to it. And so then you just start making jokes about it because everyone else is going to. So it doesn't, that's how it goes. But it's unbelievable that people they'll just do that.
Yeah, some people are noting, Tug. Yeah, if you didn't know this, so back a few years ago when I was having so many hit pieces come out, this one place thought they had a picture of like my avatar, but it was somebody just making jokes, and they had made a female version of me, and I had big breasticles, and
it was hilarious.
Yeah, so
trench coat with boobs hanging out.
It was amazing, And Rickett Law was like, I went on a stream with him, and he was like, it'd be funny if we got Tug's tits trending, and everybody thought that was funny enough that it trended #1 on fucking
oh, that's
Twitter.
So funny.
Yeah, it trended over, I think it was hockey at the time. They had the paid advertisements that trend. We trended over the paid advertisements. We got so many people doing it.
That's so funny.
It was amazing. That. Yeah. Then there was there was an article that if you're so inclined, look the hashtag of it. It's hilarious. It's actually really funny stuff. Angel Australia, thanks for the 10 there as well. Thank you. Yeah, hashtag free legal vices now. Indeed. The answer to that is beyond ridiculous. Like I said, I've been hit for removed content before. They out of the blue. I finally got this reversed, but they hit me 3 weeks. At one time, instead of privating any of my live streams, because there were so many flagging attempts that came in, I would delete them. And that actually stopped problems for a while. And then 3 weeks after I deleted a particular one, I got a strike on it. YouTube told me I couldn't appeal it because it had already been removed. And I was like, what the fuck? Why'd you strike it then? But it still showed as this is what was deleted. It was just unappealable. And I found,
crazy.
I got that removed, but I've never seen one. So Jeff's is, it's blank. Like he has no material that's been removed. And I think they just gave him a reason. Like, I don't think the idea doesn't make sense. He doesn't use the community tab. He doesn't use it really, he's like, I haven't put anything there. It's like, they were like, well, maybe it's hacking. Okay, so you're telling me that when he signs in, the hacking just automatically disappeared? No, it doesn't exist. Jeff is a very honest person. If he put something up by mistake or something, he would have totally admitted that. But they can't tell him what it was about or anything else. They just came up with a reason. And they've given me reasons that were wrong for other things in the past too. So I think they just saw something, they made a mistake, and they're doubling down. So yes, free legal vices. Taz, thanks for the 4 months. Hello, everyone. Hello back. Thank you. Scottish Cat, thanks for the 5 there. I retweeted legal vices. I've been in Neil Monahan, the YouTube CEO. Yeah, I think the more noise that is made about it, especially with Twitter, like if people, they don't like being embarrassed on Twitter for some reason. So that's the way to go. Wendy, thanks for 5. Oh man, you did it now, Bruce. You made the mean fox come out. That's there. So are they saying that they're gonna? I guess since the Legos are somehow defamation, are they implying they're gonna sue you too? Holy God.
Yeah.
I'll cover it. I have a feeling like they're going to take action and try to hit everything, and it's insane. The more bullshit that they add to, the more reason they give people to have, when one of these falls, all of them are going to fall. It's going to be crazy. Yoda, thanks for the 2. Getting emails from Lynette for comments on lives. You're getting emails? Is that what you're saying? I'm curious.
I don't know.
I don't know. Wendy, thanks for the 5. That's why I like, I've been trying to get stuff in the moment, but I got so caught up in what we were covering that
I don't know what I don't remember what that was related to.
Yeah, so apologies with that one. Wendy, thanks for the 5 there. Oh, geez, Bruce, you really did it now. You made Mean Fox come out. Mean Fox. Scott, thanks for that. Tug, Max Lab said the chief judge posted it. Yeah,
we know. We just have to figure it. Just
I've got he sent me something that clarifies it. That'll be brought up in the next thing. I appreciate Max Labs does a great job, by the way. That was on my side, our side. Like I said, sometimes something just doesn't sink into the denseness of my brain that day, So I'm getting it now, but that will definitely be added. It'll be added when there's peak numbers too, so everybody sees something. That way they don't have to go through 3 hours. Man, we've been on here 3 hours, Lord. Those are the channels rubbing off on us.
I know. I have to go soon.
Okay.
I have to go.
If you need to go, jump. Yeah.
All right. I think I will. But you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you soon, Tug.
All right, Minion. You have fun. Later.
Take care, everybody.
All right. Well, Becky, thanks for the 5 there. I've been concerned about Lynette's 2 dongs she had. All of a sudden, they were nowhere to be seen. See, I don't know the lore on a lot of dogs or stuff. That Chihuahua thing really caught me. It took me aback to, again, see Jokala's postings where she's like, I had concerns about Child, but there was a plan to off a couple of dogs. It's like, holy God. So... Oh, Angel, also thanks for the 10 there. Last night called the sheriffs and asked if she get into trouble if she unalived those 2 dogs. Really? Oh my God. This is what I mean about the levels of crazy. How can you say, I can understand if you said this is the craziest live reality, whatever show ever. You could call it that. But to say it's fabricated or script, some of these twists and turns are just they're magical. But really, just thinks of the 5. Jeremy has a video about Lynette's dogs going on this property, but the video where they had to get Lloyd's camper, there were no signs of the dogs. I don't know. Maybe that'll get answered in a 9-hour stream. Yeah, keep a note on that. Max Lab, by the way, thank you, my friend. When you sent that follow-up, I just saw it a few minutes ago, by the way. I get distracted when I'm goofing off, too. So I appreciate you, too. You send a lot of documentation. This was just one for some reason. Like I said, it just wouldn't sink into me. Max Lab, thanks for the 2 there. Document with standing order from Chief Judge. Yes. So like I said, that one, definitely I'll put that aside, and it'll be part of the next thing. I do want to talk again to Veteran Nation. I'm going to line that up, see how that works out. Anna, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships too. Thank you. I appreciate that quite a bit. Thank you. John, thanks for the 5 there. A neighbor unalived my dog. Unflowered his hot wife. Oh no. Well, you know what? They don't need to unalive your dog. That's messed up. So, you know, I would say, well, turnabout's fair play, but that's not really, you know, doesn't bring back your dog still. But that sucks, John. Iron Rabbit, thanks, 5. Cheese stick donation. Man, getting the cheese stick contributions. There's Sin as well. Thank you, a cheese stick contribution. Yes, we ran out of cheese sticks. That is a big deal in the house. I usually, we must keep Rocket Pops and cheese sticks. You know, regular food, anything healthy, yeah, sure. But if for the little one, she's like, I ate all that stuff you asked me to eat. I've eaten whatever was the main food. Now you're obligated to give me my cheese stick, and you're obligated to give me my Rocket Pops. Oh, love it. Yeah, thanks for 5. Cheese stick cha-ching. Look at all that cheese stick, baby. Oh, thank you. Jesse, thanks for the 2. Living in a van down by the river. That does sound like a nice song, doesn't it? I just, again, what do you think the people were going to do with that turtle? I don't want to hear that they were going to unalive the turtle, by the way. Like, they're addicts. I doubt, you know, if they were going to do that to something, they were going to, I mean, were they kidnapping it? They thought it was worth money? Did they think they could trade it for something? I mean, what was going on with that? I wonder, what is your theory on that? Chance, thanks for the 5 there. Keeping track of characters in Otter Creek is like keeping track of characters. It really is. It is. Yeah. Oh, my God. It really is. Oh, Lord, I didn't think about that. It is. Very much so. That's beautiful. I love it. Patrick, thanks for the 5. Who could have a storage... I read this before, but I want to hit this again. Who could have a storage unit series spin off into Town Corruption, Bad Neighbors, and Grudge Judge? Not even network executives would think to this stuff up. That is indeed. That is indeed. Some people are like, well, I think it was off ransom. Ransom. They put a little mask on it, like a DUI guys, freaking Ninja Turtle mask. They're like, we have your turtle. Oh my God. That'd be something else. Tease T, by the way, thank you for 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, Tease T. I appreciate the heck out of you. Thank you. Terry, thanks for the 5 there. Why doesn't she buy another SD card instead of deleting? Well, it appeared that they were saying, again, deleting because, you know, and the because. Well, the because became interesting, didn't it? But yeah, why indeed? Why indeed? Let me get a drink. Wife Duck, thanks for the 2 there. Need a Snacks Air Link, one of the wings. Man, I had a call for a second there. I said small air wing, not snacks. I was like, what's a small air link in one of those wings. That makes more sense. I was like, a Snacks Air Wing. I was like, are you talking about Buffalo Wild Wings? Oh, I see what you mean there. Yes, you were talking about the water wings. Snacks. Oh, the Buffalo Wild Wings, what now? Oh, that makes it even funnier, though. SF, thanks for the 5 there. We had some plates stolen off our truck, filed a PD report. They asked who he thought might have taken it, and they took down the name. No video. Yeah, indeed, that's normal. I've never heard of, why don't you supply us with video? Again, it's so bizarre. And I'm not talking about changing narratives or anything else. I think that is exclusive. Hopefully that's just exclusive to these folks. But I've never ran across you need video. Video would help for sure, for proof, but just in making accusations, I don't know. Melody, Thanks for the month there. Hello, guys. This is nuts. Indeed. Indeed. And thank you. Carolyn B., thanks for the 2. She hired CPS. It actually was fascinating where this, talking about you have these 2 witnesses, CPS. That was a strange disclosure, I thought. The names. Nicole, thanks for the 2. Turtle Queen, indeed. Oh, I like this one, dude. I liked Turtle Queen. I thought that was funny. Rhea Rias, too. I liked this one. Little Shed on the Prairie. That's good, too. Oh. Alistair, thanks for the 2. Disagree. Is that a double D? What's that? Foxy Escapes, thanks for the 5 there. I'd like to know, with LiceNet on YouTube flapping her gums about what the hell's with false info, does this violate the protection order from Ohio? Actually, that's a good question. Here's a more fascinating question. Like all these detractors, I have thought about what Jeremy was saying, about this lawsuit and about utilizing pictures of somebody without their express consent. And I keep wondering, like, how many times have you shown something for real? Like, how many times have you used them? Did you ever write them to ask them if that was okay? Do they realize what kind of a mess that they could cause for themselves? Do they really? I mean, I talked about that yesterday, but I added that, by the way, I added DUI guy in because for the thumb, I was going to go more over his lawsuit and link back. But he is one of the main players in all of this lawsuit stuff. He's not the only again, I personally think, this is just my opinion, but from what I've heard, I think we'll be looking at litigation not just aimed at Jeremy, George, DUI guy, DJ Radis. I think the way they were talking about it, I think they'll aim something at Veteran Nation. I think they'll potentially aim something at Madam Mayor. I think they'll aim something potentially the way Megan was talking, again, Legos, perhaps aimed that way too. Oh, Lord. Like I said, there will be so many documents and so much crazy. Now, they may all fall apart right in a week, but even then, the countersuits won't. Because people will countersue. They will most definitely countersue. Rhea Rye, thanks for the 2. John Crook, not the sharpest tool in the shed. Indeed. They came through twice, by the way, Raya. Just to know, they came through twice. If you didn't mean to do that, catch it today, Deanna, thanks for the 10 there. You want to harm households? that actually, when I saw that, you know what that made me think of? It made me think of Frozen, Do you want to build a snowman? Do you want to harm a household? That's why. Excuse my bad singing, but still. Ty Stick, thanks for the 5 there. This season on the Preston Saga, protagonist seeking antagonist, a.k.a. soulmate. I really do think that is a multi-million-dollar idea. I think that would be one of the most entertaining shows ever. Yeah, I do. All they'd have to do is stop some of the insanity. Scott, thanks for the 10. For a slice of demonic pizza. Yes, doesn't cost you a soul, costs you $10.
Got a new buddy, have a new hairstyle.
Oh, did you get him a new hairstyle? Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you got his hair all whipped up. It looks good. All right. Hey, I'm almost through.
Cabanana.
Huh?
Love you.
Love you too.
I love you so much.
I love you too. You want to give me a hug?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
When you're done with the live stream.
I'm going to be done. Look, I've just got a few more of these in. And then I'm done. Okay?
I take the price tag out.
No. Pull it off of there. We leave it on there. So I remember him and who he is and everything. What it goes to. Okay?
You remember already.
Yeah, but I might forget. I'll be like, who is L from? Oh, yeah, he's from that show I like. Okay? But you can take him for a minute. Show him a show for a minute. I'll be done in just a minute.
You can have it back if you want to.
Yeah, you take him for just a minute, and then I'll... you bring him back to me in just a few minutes, okay?
I'm going to leave.
Okay, you leave him right there. I've got another buddy, too. I'll see if I can find him after the show, okay?
Okay, is it the same as the other buddy? Oh, wait
No,
a
they
second.
look different. Actually, I'll show you some cool little finger puppets. Here.
I'll do it like this. Look, his price tag is right
Okay.
here.
Thank you. All right, go upstairs for...
Where's this show from?
I'll tell you about it in a few minutes.
Money Max?
No, I'll show you it in a little bit, okay?
I like Money
And,
Max.
okay. Well, I'll show you. I'll show you
Why
one.
is it not Money Max in the Money Max show?
I have no idea.
Money Max is my favorite too.
Oh, it is? Okay.
But I don't know Money Max.
Okay. I have no idea. She'll name shows she's never heard of, by the way. She hears a name. She'll be like, hey, why isn't it in this show? I don't know. I had some little... You know the anime and manga series Death Note? I have some of the little finger puppets that are from that show. And she saw one of them. And she's like, oh, who's that? It's like, hey, take him and play with him. That's what she was talking about. She was bringing him back. Deanna, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate that. Thank you. Melinda, thank you for the $2 super sticker with that. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Aussie, thanks for the 2. Awesome to see you both live. 12:45 p.m. Friday. Man, from the future. Thank you. Gamer Jack, thanks for the 2 there. Mariachi mushroom in your email. Oh, no. I might have to check that out in a few minutes. That sounds funny, crazy. Bernice, thanks for the 5. So LP doesn't want attention, but she went on a YouTube live stream with her lawyer. Yeah, well, indeed. I think that's fascinating, too. So she did interviews talking about stuff. Again, they discuss people. Like apparently they discussed Megan. You know, they were talking about her tatas. So, yeah, it's kind of fascinating how that works, isn't it? Wendy, thanks to your breadstick money, a whole new meaning. Oh my God, that freaking puppet show thing is so crazy. I swear. I tell you, when that happened, I thought I was going to die for real. All right, I'm gonna end. I've got stuff I gotta do tomorrow. We may or may not. I would say I'd have it like an interview tomorrow. I've got to find out like what tomorrow looks like. But I'm going to end on a song. Yeah, I just want to have a song here. So I appreciate you folks. What channel was the live on? I can't remember the name of that freaking channel. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. Song and we're out.
The brittle and the ghost, toasty coast. Who's that face that's feeling you miss the most? It's that umbrella guy straight from the hat rack. Godzilla with cleats with the bass dropping impact. Cranking up the stylings in the syllable blender. Body bag, toe tag, return you to sender. Hope that umbrella guy, your lyrical confessor. E-strap, lift up. Fully automatic microphone suppressor. Army of one, rolling through your silence. Pound for pound, unleash your rounds. See what buys are just my silence. Ghost riding the whip, the masked up live ender. Busting up your threats and returning them to sender. Step into me, you better bring your nation as I wreck you to the population. It's that umbrella guy on the verbal flamethrower. Notching up the belt, not just some lame shower. Cranking up a stream just to show what's beneath. I'm masked up, baby, but I'm still sporting teeth. With one bling to rule them all, and one bling to blind them